remain even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and we'd like to welcome you.
Almost
there.
Almost there. Wait for it.
Wait for it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The count is here. York comes, sets at the belt, and delivers. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, swinging, strike 3. Mark that as a swinging strikeout in your book at home. 3 up, 3 down for Mikey York. His first inning pitched after Tommy John surgery. Looking pretty good here. We're going to head to the bottom half of the first inning. Still scoreless. Coyotes 0, Rough Riders 0. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Bottom half of the first inning just getting underway here. My name is Carmen Calcimo, joined by Devin Verissimo. Catch you up a little bit on the last half inning in case you just joined us. Nate Easley, leadoff hitter for the Rough Riders, struck out. Kristen Maggi grounded out 4-3, and Gavin John struck out Mikey York with a dominant top half of the first inning as he's just coming off Tommy John surgery. Can't ask for much more than that. Coyote lineup is going to look like this tonight as they're going to come to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. You have Dylan Johnson batting first, Jarrell Latham batting second, batting third is Blake Wiggins. In the cleanup spot, it's going to be Jordan Hand. Batting fifth is going to be Brody Westmoreland. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, is going to be Jay Martz. Batting seventh is Drew Newsom. Batting eighth is Tyler Long. And rounding out the lineup is going to be Jarrett Perns for the Coyotes. Dev, welcome back to the broadcast.
Yeah, it's good to be back here now that we've worked out all the technical difficulties, at least for this point in time. So hang with us, ladies and gents, here on YouTube. Beautiful day here in Henderson, Nevada. Once again, the Coyotes welcoming back the Rough Riders. Saw them last week. Hopefully a little different this weekend.
Hopefully than the last 2 times we've faced these guys. Once in the postseason, then once last weekend, back-to-back losses, trying to make it third time's a charm for the Coyotes. As read you their lineup pitching form is going to be Chase Beal going around the horn. You have Enweiler at third, Romano at short, Beal at second, Johns at first, and Villa behind the plate. Going from left to right, you have Maggi in left, Easley in center, Delgado in right, and stepping up for the Coyotes here to lead off the game is going to be number 32 to second baseman Dylan Johnson.
Up on the bump for the Yavapai Rough Riders, number 30 Chase Beal, right-handed, 6'5", 225, out of the University of New Mexico. That's where he came here before joining the Rough Riders. Gets his first time up on the bump. Once again, beautiful day, sun's coming out, and first pitch on the way, showing bump, popped it up, and in the glove of the third baseman, Einweiler, for out number 1.
And one thing we talked about the last time you were on the broadcast, and one thing that hasn't changed is their small ball, kind of lack of small ball ability, getting down bunts. That's one of the very few things that this lineup has had trouble with. Everything else, they have been on fire. I mean, was it 40 runs in 3 games? I mean, it's unbelievable, the stats that this team is putting up right now. Looking to put up another crooked number on the scoreboard tonight with Jarrell Latham at the plate.
And to complement that, the Rough Riders won the last game to the run rule, 15-0, their last game, which is about an hour ago. And so they're coming in pretty hot as well. So 2 hot teams facing out. Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
It's going to be good to see a competitive game tonight. Last couple of nights had a run rule in Okanagan. Tonight, it's going to be today. It depends where you're listening. It's going to be a much better game.
Next pitch, high and in on him. Misses for ball 1.
92-mile-an-hour fastball. You see a lot better arms out here from Yavapai than you were Okanagan. These guys can hit low 90s, mid 90s. This is a real good baseball team here. Ranked 6th in the country. Coyotes ranked 8th in the country. Have a top 10 matchup right here for you.
Third pitch of the sequence misses inside.
Jarrell Latham showing a good eye at the plate. Grand slam a couple of nights ago. Getting off the schneid. Started out the season a little bit slow, but picking his game up now.
Only a couple more games for about a 3-week, 2.5-week break before conference play. Interesting. Next pitch goes right down the middle for strike 2.
That's just a get-me-over right there, even though it wasn't 94 miles an hour. He did need to throw one somewhere around the strike zone. Got it there. 3 balls and 1 strike, 1 down. Nobody on. And 1 down here.
3-1 count. Ground ball right up the middle. It's going to get away. Ooh, tough bounce over to Romano. Romano to Johns. in time.
Oh,
bang,
wow.
bang play goes the way of the Rough Riders for out number 2.
Very close play there. Jarrell Latham being aggressive on a 3-1 count, putting the ball in play. I thought it was going to be hit well enough to get up the middle for a base hit. Great range shown by Romano at shortstop to get the second out of the inning. We're going to bring up, comes up to the perfect song, Power, going to be number 23, the third baseman, Blake Wiggins. What a night he had last night. He cleared the light tower in left field with a moonshot home run that I think just coming back into orbit now.
I bet that feels good seeing that one fly around, not even hitting the ground before you touch home.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, first pitch you'll see here this afternoon as Villa sets in. Ball goes out for ball 1.
Ball no strike count. We see Wiggins also having a good eye at the plate as well. The one he hit over the light tower is a 2-strike pitch, believe it or not. It's one of the toughest pitches to hit anything on, less than a home run that travels well over 400 feet.
Beal gets set, delivers a second pitch, high and in, fouled off.
Gotta be careful on the inside of that bat. We know Blake Wiggins likes to inside-out balls to right field. Last night in his first at-bat, hit one all the way to the warning track on opposite field on the chilliest night we've had out here in the Coyote slugout.
Yes, 2016 Coyote slugout underway. 4-day tournament ending tomorrow.
And it has been a slugout, I tell you that. Coyotes have been slugging the baseball all over the ballpark.
And the 1-1. Paints that outside corner.
Nice pitch right there. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Blake Wiggins. Be careful putting that fastball over the edge of the plate. Wiggins, when he gets those arms extended, usually means trouble for the opposition.
Hopefully Beal did his research before stepping on the hill this afternoon. He's got a 1-2 count now. Ooh, high and in on him. That's why you wear a helmet, just in case.
84 miles an hour. Looked like a breaking ball he attempted. Got away from him at the last moment there. Usually a changeup. He threw 3 straight fastballs. Tries to come back with the changeup on the 4th pitch. Nonetheless, deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Wiggins waiting patiently. Beal gets the sign. Villa setting low and in. Gets it high and in. Fouled off.
Sky high pop-up. Go past the crowd, actually. No souvenirs for the fans right now. Good job playing protect there by Wiggins. Had the swing. It would have been a strike. We know he likes to put bat on ball. If you give him anything near the plate, he's going to take a nice cut at it.
No wind to speak of out here. Beautiful afternoon. 2-2 once again with 2 down. Beal might find his put-away pitch. And he does. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
That was the changeup he was looking for earlier that got away from him high and inside. Wiggins has been just feasting off fastballs. About time somebody throws him an off-speed pitch.
Well, that it. 3 up, 3 down for the Coyotes, matching the Rough Riders in the first. Here we go to the second. Knotted up at 0. Here we go, top half of the second inning.
4, 5, and 6 due up here for the Rough Riders. Romano, Efan, and Villa.
Got to keep an eye on Efan on deck. He had a towering grand slam last night. The game before this that cleared the Coyote Cliff, so that man is deadly in the on-deck circle.
Some definite power. It's a true shot. It's about 410 feet.
But first up, we're going to see Ramsey Romano. He is at the dish, hoping to get on for Efan, who's on deck. Romano sees the first pitch, miss. Getting set up once again. York on the hill. And Newsom behind the dish, setting low and in. Gets it exactly where he wants to take it into the gap over there, but catching it, his hand in left field for out number 1.
Jordan Hand with a nice play, ranging over to get that ball for the quick out number 1 here. Mikey York on the hill, a little bit of a story in case you didn't hear us at the beginning of the game. First start since coming off of Tommy John, not the first start, but coming off of Tommy John surgery. Great to see him getting some work in there. We're going to bring up, as you mentioned, Brock Efan to the plate, designated hitter.
Number 34 on his bag, rather large gentleman at the dish. Newsom sets out. He fouled up instead.
In case you guys are new to the broadcast, 335 going down both the left and right field lines. The left and right center field power alley is 375 feet, and to center field, 400 feet.
420 if you want to get over the Coyote Cliff.
Yeah, out of 410, give or take. We'll have to take a measuring stick out there one day, Dev.
Next pitch gets fouled off once again, and with an opportunity here, York is searching for his third strikeout of the game.
Yeah, starting out here. For us, only second batter of the game, starting out with a first pitch strike, so let's hope we can see some more consistency with some first pitch strikes today.
Newsom low and away. Gets it high and away, just missing that zone.
Newsom having the night off last night, told me he didn't even expect to come in the game, and actually Cody Milner, who started last night, didn't even know he was starting until our PA announced him as the starter. He threw on his catcher gear and got ready to go.
He's like, all right, here we go, let's do this. 1-2 count, 1 down. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 in favor of Mikey York with his third strikeout of the game, and only 5 batters faced.
And Mikey York just rearing back with that fastball, and it's paying off for him right now. Rough Riders cannot catch up to it. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 11, Jonathan Villa.
Avoided most of the power hitters. Now it's time to bring it on home.
Lefty-righty matchup here. Coyote infield standard depth. Outfield shifting a little bit.
A smidge.
Yeah, left center. Not too much. The center fielder shifting a tiny bit. And Jarrell Latham.
First pitch hits the zone for strike 1.
Boy, does Mikey York bring the heat. I've seen him clocked as high as 94 miles an hour. That last fastball at 92 miles an hour.
Very intimidating on the hill. And the 0-1. Hits it again for strike 2. Jumping out early and often.
Painting like Picasso, Devin. He is just killing the corners right now.
Well, let's see if Villa has a little bit of fight in him. 0-2 with 2 down. York delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No sweat. 6 batters faced. 4 strikeouts collected as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom half of the second inning about to go underway. Leading us off will be number 19, Jordan Hand. He had a put out last time up, or last time he was in the outfield. First time here at the dish.
Deadly combination, 3-4, Wiggins and Hand. Just been wreaking havoc on these ball clubs. Last night he had 2 RBIs, only behind the game leader in Wiggins, who had 3.
Hand at the dish. Westmoreland on deck, and Martz in the hole. First pitch from on the way. Hits that zone for strike one from Beal.
And from the way things are going along here, I don't think it's going to be a run rule kind of a game today.
No.
Really don't see that happening with both of these pitchers out there really commanding effectively. 2 great fastballs we're seeing.
Ground ball left side. It's going to go over to, picked off by Einweiler across the diamond. A little sidearm action over to Johns in time for out number 1.
Great angle he took on that baseball and making that throw from that angle. Very tough, but he does make it in time for out number 1. It's going to bring up number 17, the first baseman, Brody Westmoreland.
Good number.
3 for 4. Yeah, Devin. As he was 3 for 4 last night. Had a terrific night. Yeah,
like that.
2 singles and a double. Was on fire last night.
Time to carry that over.
Absolutely.
Someone's got to break through this stalemate. Could be Westmoreland. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Beautiful.
Big cut.
Strike 1. I love watching a pitching duel, Devin. As much as I love the bats coming on fire, pitching duel is by far my favorite thing to watch in baseball.
Let's see if Westmoreland can break the silence of the bats. 0-1 on the way.
Beautiful.
0-2 it is.
And that's a curveball. And what's cool is his curveball and changeup are at about the same speed, but he has almost like a round-the-clock kind of curveball, and then his changeup has that 12-6 effect. Kind of throws the batter's eyes off a little bit when they step in there.
Beals 0-2. Oh, right back at him. Wow, what a snag. Wow, it caught it right between his legs before it goes through the hole. Wow, that was really incredible.
Talk about right place, right time, just trying to protect himself, puts his glove between his legs, and that's where the ball and glove wind up for out number 2. Mark that a L1.
Yeah, that will not speak to what happened, though.
No. We've talked about the fact about pitchers wearing some protective gear on that hill, Devin.
Oh, man.
More reason right there, but hey, he protected himself, got that glove down, to say the least.
Well, yeah, good thing. If it didn't hit the glove, it hit the cup, so good thing he caught it.
Yeah, it would have been a nasty groin shot. It's going to bring up Jay Martz here. Jay Martz, 1 for 4 last night with 3 RBIs.
Well, helping out his own cause and then jumping out early against Martz with the 0-1 right here and 2 down. Newsom on deck, still with the shin guards on, just in case. 0-1 on the way. There's that curveball, hangs up a little bit in the zone. Over the zone, I should say.
Yeah, as we always say, don't want to leave that curveball too high, but he's been commanded really well so far with the changeup and breaking ball.
Soft shift for the center fielder over towards right center. 1-1 above the zone.
See more shifting out of Yavapai than we saw in 3 games against Okanagan this weekend. Yavapai, higher quality baseball to say the least. You have a little shift going from left to right as the center fielder shades over to his right side, and the right fielder playing closer to the right field foul line.
And the 2-1 as Villa sets really low. And gets it really low.
Leg extended, also making his body look like an L out there.
First time Beal's been falling behind here, and here he is, 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike to count. Martz. Whole Coyote lineup showing a lot of good discipline this weekend and looking to carry that over into this tough matchup with the 6th ranked Rough Riders.
High top shot over there, over to Romano to try to barehand it, throws it in the grass, is trying to get it over in time, does not.
Great effort.
And getting on base and breaking up the perfect game will be Jay Martz.
All right, you're already keeping track of the perfecto in the 1 2/3. Yeah, Romano tried to make a tough play that had no chance. That's the kind of ball that as he moves on in his career, he'll know to just eat that ball, let it be a single. You don't ever want to try to make that throw because it could end up being real bad airmail in it, sending it off. Possible double, triple comes out of that kind of a situation as the catcher. Number 3, Drew Newsom, going to come to the dish now. Last night came in the ball game late, got himself a hit and an RBI in his 1 at-bat.
Let's see what the super starter can do here now with a runner on first.
Decent lead by Martz at first base.
Villa calling for it out. Gets it out. Misses the zone.
Just missing there. 88 miles an hour for ball 1. Majority of batters have seen first pitch ball, so it should be taking all the way.
If you can put opposite field, the Sun's going to create a lot of trouble for Easley and Delgado in center and right, respectively.
Great point made there, Devin.
Not all I can. As far as I can see, I don't think either of them have shades on. 1-0 on the way. Ooh, way out there. Good stab by Villa, keeping that one in front of him.
He missed high to Martz in the first at-bat of the inning here, and doesn't want to keep missing highs. These guys will pick up on that and eventually start hacking. Counts now 2-0. Friendly pitch coming Newson's way, you would assume. See if he tries to take a bag at second as well.
Villa likes to sit dead red when he needs a put over, and that's exactly where he's sitting up now, above the zone. Throw over to first, not in time.
Nice snap throw by Villa, coming from behind the plate, channeling his inner Yadier Molina from behind the plate there.
Very, very quick on his toes behind the dish, despite all the gear on, still getting it over there and making it close. 3-0 now with 2 down. Take call all the way, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Hold that runner at first base as well. Do not fall asleep over there, Mr. Marks.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
This is one of the counts I would try to pick off on, and I used to when I did pitch.
4-0. There it is. 4 pitches, all it takes. Now runner in scoring position for Tyler Long.
The majority of batters have been seeing first pitch balls tonight, so you're going to have Chase Beal working from behind in several counts to start out the ball game. It's never a good thing for a pitcher to work from behind early on in a ball game. We're going to see here of the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Long.
Cade Urban will take over at first base for Drew Newsom. He'll go put on the gear, getting ready for the third inning. So now a couple good sets of wheels on first and second for Long.
I'd like to see that's 2 outs here. Just get behind that runner and take it to the right side.
Calling time, giving Beal something to think about on the hill, getting the signals once again. First time he's fallen behind has now led to 2 people on base against him.
Tyler Long made an appearance last night, went 0 for 1. Was put in as a late game substitution.
Time to be your hero in the starting spot. Villa, once again, excellent glove behind the dish.
Don't know what's going on with Chase Beal out there right now. You would hope for a mound visit. And
good call.
Yeah, right now it's perfect timing for the mound visit. Yeah, this is pitcher really overthrown, trying to do too much out there and find his zone. And it's hard out there, especially when you're at this level. You're really just starting to get used to everything and playing in big games. And throwing a bullpen is one thing. When you're off in your zone, you get back in. But when you're out there, it's really hard to calm yourself down. Used, as they say, the counting trick. A lot of pitchers use count to 1/1000, 2/1000, then let go of that ball, especially with men on base, to try to really pace themselves. Because if they don't, they'll start getting that ball back, firing real fast. Kind of what you see in the major leagues when pitchers get upset. And you don't want to do that, or you're going to really be off your game here. And he is right now, behind another count, 1 ball, no strikes.
In the same sense, you don't want to give him something easy as well. As much as you want to get that ball over the zone.
Great example. You can relate with Devin is Andrew Kashner. When he gets behind and frustrated, it's either all or nothing.
And then boom, there he goes. Then you'll never see that ball again.
Yes. Great pitcher, but he needs to keep his emotions in check.
1-0 now. Let's see if Beal can bounce back. Villa's going in on him. Oof. That's going to get away from Villa behind the dish. First one almost hit Long. If anything, that's probably why Villa didn't think he could get the glove on it.
I like what Long did, almost trying to sell the call there, walking over, almost down the first base line. One thing you want to do is always sell a call. You have to.
You never know. Yeah.
Well,
with just like that, 2-0 count now, 2 down and 2 on in scoring position at second and third. Martz and now Urban at second base. 2 runners in scoring position. Let's see if Tyler Long can be a hero here and bring one of them around.
Yeah, he's going to try to press here and get something over the plate. Long take advantage here if he sees anything that looks good over the plate right now.
2-0 count. Above the zone, it's going to get away from Villa. Once again, Mart's going to swing on home. He does. No sliding on in. 1-0 Coyotes.
And you have Urban moving up to third. They had 3 balls, no strike to count here. 2 down in the bottom half of the second inning.
It is early, but nobody in the bullpen for the Rough Riders.
We're marking that a pass ball, wild pitch. I would assume a wild pitch, as we will be marking that. Mark that a WP in your book at home. Newsom advances to third on the wild pitch. Long now ahead in the count, 3-0. Can't ask for much more out of your hitter at the plate than that. Coyote bats have been extra patient this year. Talked to head coach Nick Garritano at the beginning of the week, and he was saying sometimes the guys can be too patient, but at that, you've erased any doubt this week, scoring about 40 runs in 4 games. So
Beal's 3-0. Hits that zone.
I like what Long's doing, trying to sell a call, but not on 3-0. Don't want to show up the umpire. Sometimes tell you to come on back and face another pitch. Just hit the 4:15 mark here on the West Coast. Shadows creeping in on the infield now.
Beal likes the first sign from Villa, who sets out right down the middle. Above the zone, ball 4.
Great take and great patience there by Tyler Long at the plate to draw the second walk in a row. Runners on the corners here. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 15, Jarrett Perns.
DH in the ninth spot this afternoon.
Last night, Jarrett Perns, Dev, was, 3 for 3 on the night with 1 RBI to his name. A couple runs scored. Very productive. Yeah.
See if he can do the same here, especially with 1, 2, 3 waiting behind him. Runners on the corners. A little bit of nonverbal from Villa to his infielders a second ago. Seeing how they'll play with the runners now threatening as well. First pitch misses again.
Goes to off-speed change up there. Misses low. Can't get that fastball over. Tried to mix it up. Couldn't get the change up over. Counting out 1 ball and no strikes.
Beal's strike-to-ball ratio was a lot better before this inning started.
Yeah, I don't know what happened and where he lost it, but man.
1-0 on the way. All 2.
Again, and this is a huge situation in the game here. Huge pivotal point in the game for the Rough Riders to get out of a big jam here. Limit the Coyotes to only 1 run with the lack of strikes being thrown by Chase Beal at the moment.
It's on Perns right now to take advantage of the opportunity presented to him. 2-0 on the way. Definitely got to get it in the zone.
No.
Misses. Good eye.
That's the, what is it, the 1, 2, that's the third, 4th straight, and 5th straight ball in a row here.
.3-0, runners on the corners. 1 pitch away from loading the bases for the leadoff man, Dylan Johnson, on deck.
Hit a grand slam a few nights ago, so got to be careful with loading the bases up for DJ.
Hits the inner half for strike 1. Trying to battle back here is Beal.
3-0 right at the belt. Close call there, but just gets it over for strike 1. Counting out 3 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Outfield shifted a little bit from left to right. Infield playing straight up as there's a force out at second base at the moment.
Beal's 3-1 as Villa sets in. Ground ball right side. 2-hop chop over to Kahualua. Over to Johns for out number 3.
Great situational play right there by Chase Beal, getting his team out of a big jam, only allowing 1 run across with 2 walks. No errors, and we're going to head to the top half of the 3rd inning. Coyotes lead by a score of 1-0. Stay tuned on the Coyote Sports Network.
Well, who knows? 3-1. The 3rd inning now as we get going. Coyotes now leading by 1 after that. After Martz came on around, after a pass ball gets behind Villa. And here we are. Rough Riders now at the dish. Leading off will be number 9, Dylan Einweiler, 3rd baseman, with the high pulled up socks.
Delgado on deck and Beal in the hole. 7, 8, and 9 due up here for the Rough Riders in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
First pitch of the 6th goes high and in on him. Almost makes contact, but misses. .1-0 count on the way. Right down the pipe for strike 1. Evening up the count at 1 each. Mikey York doing well so far. 4 strikeouts as we head to this 3rd inning. And the 1-1. Newsom setting right down the middle. Taken in a right center field. That's a good hit ball. Latham chasing back on it all the way into the gap. No, now just out of his reach in front of the Casimir and Dunn jerseys out in right center field. And a double for the leadoff man in it, Dylan Einweiler for the Rough Riders.
Got to say, good hustle there by Jarrell Latham in center field to only hold that to a double. I thought that was a for sure triple when you get out to the Casimir jersey and deep right center field. Latham with the speed to get to that ball. Leadoff double nonetheless for the Rough Riders. Good chance to score their first run of the game right now. It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 21, Nico Delgado.
That's a good name.
Right? Great baseball name, Delgado. Remember the great Carlos Delgado for the Toronto Blue Jays? 4 home runs in 1 ball game.
I can't do that on the show. Corner infielders playing in. First pitch of the sequence. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Nice cut. Better ball.
Yeah, 88 miles an hour. Little two-seam action riding high and inside on the right-hander. First pitch strikes. Common theme here for Mikey York this afternoon.
Perfect game is done via
the double.
Einweiler's double. 0-1 on the way. Corner infielders once again creeping in. Nice pitch. Hits strike 2.
And this Rough Rider in Delgado shows no plans of bunting at the dish right now. Coyote infielders taking a couple steps back here with 2 strikes. Have to be as careful. Middle infielders playing a little bit off as well now. Second base deeper in the hole. Shortstop still containing that man on second base.
York sets at the chest. Newsom waiting out. Getting it in. Strike 3. Get him looking on that one. And down goes Delgado.
12-6 Beautiful curveball. Nico Delgado, take a seat. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And Dev, you get this next one. You got the professional pronunciation.
This will be number 5, Turtle Kahualua.
Thank you very much, sir.
If I said that wrong, tweet us at CSN Coyotes and let me know how to say it.
Let us know or comment on our YouTube channel as well. The silent but deadly James Hernandez working the social media side of things tonight.
First pitch at Kahualua. I'm going to say it like I know how to say it. Nope, runner goes. Newsom going to throw down. He might get him. Oh, does he get him? He does. Excellent throw from Newsom and a great tag by Wiggins. Gets off Einweiler over at third base for the second out.
Great play right there. Third base coach for Yavapai arguing that he was safe. I thought Wiggins held the ball and the tag all the way through just in time for out number 2. First pitch was a ball to Kuhalua.
And now all York has to do is focus on the 9th batter in the lineup. 1-0 count. 1-1 count.
I do like the aggressive baseball shown by the Rough Riders here early, trying to get on the board early and trying to swipe third base. Unfortunately, came up a little bit short. See what they can do here to rebound.
York's 1-1. Newsom waiting in. Gets it a little too far in. Almost takes off his belt.
Yeah, as I said, that ball's almost behind him there. Drew Newsom had to sneak a field behind and get that glove back there. 2 balls, 1 strike to count with 2 down, nobody on.
Fourth pitch of the sequence misses outside.
Ooh, just missing 2. Newsom tries to frame that baseball, but couldn't convince the umpire otherwise.
Umpire Azim Jessa behind the dish. Chris Schultz at first, and third base umpire John DeLuca. That one hits the zone, bringing the count full.
Umpires a good strike zone today. Last night, very liberal strike zone at the plate. Seen a very well called game behind the plate today.
York's full count pitch. Ground ball right back at him. Was that dead? Yeah, it was dead. Ooh, wow. Look, maybe
hit off.
Caught off the foot, maybe.
Something.
Sounded
don't know
weird.
What that went off of? Maybe the inside of his leg, something like that. He bent over and grabbed the lower part of his left leg. So
he's not rubbing any dirt on it.
No.
Full count remains with 2 down.
Full count here, Mikey York already. I mean, he is about ready to fire. Here we go.
Yeah, getting right after him. Paints that inside corner for a strike 3, just like that.
Wow.
Mikey York collects his 6th strikeout of the game.
Backwards K in the scorebook. We're going to head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits. Nothing there. Bottom half of the 3rd. Coyotes lead by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back with more Coyotes baseball on the Coyote Sports Network.
Dylan Johnson will lead us off here as he did in the first inning. Here in the bottom of the third. First time he was up, tried to bunt, popped it up, caught out, and then was caught. So he's only seen one pitch so far.
Yeah, first pitch bunt. See if he can do better in his second go-around here at the plate.
Beal still up on the hill. Then, to his credit, he's only given up one run off one hit after that interesting last inning he had. First pitch hits the zone for strike one.
Coyote eyes showing great discipline out there today, taking a lot of pitches. 37 pitches for Beal here through 2 innings of baseball.
Second pitch of the sequence. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Just made some contact. Comes from 91 miles an hour to 81 miles an hour right there. Always tough to adjust on the off speed, especially when he's been consistently throwing 87 to 91 throughout the entire game. Mixes in that off speed and throws off the bats.
0-2 now. Any pitch is up for grabs. Tries to go outside on him.
Boy, just dropped it. Had he had not dropped it, who knows what that would have been called.
Villa's done an excellent job behind the dish. Only
Shadows,
except for the 2 pitches that had gone by him.
Agreed. Shadows are going to play a big effect here as we head into the middle innings. Batter's going to have a tough time picking up that ball out of the pitcher's hand, coming from sun to shade.
And the 1-2. Ground ball hits the plate, backs up, and hits him in the shoulder.
Yeah. Mark that one dead. Count remains 1-2. Dylan Johnson doing a good job playing protect up there.
Yeah, that's an excellent call, though, Carmen, at least in this inning and probably the next.
Without a doubt.
The ball's going to hit sun, shade, at least twice before it comes home.
It's a tough adjustment for batters to make, especially with a pitcher with a good breaking ball. It's really tough to pick up that break when it's coming from the sun and into the shadow.
1-2 once again. Ground ball right side over to Kaho'olua, over to Johns, in time for out number 1.
Mark that 4-3 in your books and home. 1 down here to start out the bottom half of the third inning. It's going to bring up the center fielder, number 22, Jarrell Latham. Grounded out to shortstop last time he was up. Jarrell Latham showing some deadly power this season.
Coyotes wearing their blue tops and white pants as opposed to the Yavapai's black and yellow tops.
Oakland A alternate black uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta love the Yavapai colors. Don't have to, but I enjoy them.
First pitch from Beal, showing bunt, pulls it back, called ball.
1 ball, no strikes to count here.
Maybe hit the top of the foot shin guard on the catcher. Got the thing to pounce up. 1-0 count, 1 down. Coyotes leading by 1 here in the bottom half of the third. Beal's next pitch. Taken into right field. It's a good shot. Delgado going back on it. No, it's going to fall down in front of him. Base hit.
And you said, Dev, earlier in the game about, say the top half of the second inning, actually. Yeah, bottom half of the second inning, you said they would have trouble finding that ball in center and right field, and sure enough, you could barely see the ball coming off the bat. If it's a regular ball game out here with no shade or it's nighttime, breaks in on that ball, couldn't see where it's going to land, loops in for a single. Going to bring up the dangerous number 23, the third baseman, Blake Wiggins. Always good to have a man on base with him at the plate.
Wiggins struck out last time he was up, looking to change that real quick. Went down swinging to his credit.
Most of the time, I think you're going to see Blake Wiggins at the least go down swinging. Don't see that bat resting on that shoulder too much.
There you go. Oop, nope, not going to go there.
Just bluffing the steal about a quarter way down the line. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Got Villa thinking about it, though, behind the dish as well.
Yeah, you have to keep Wiggins honest here with a lot of breaking stuff. You can't constantly feed him fastballs. He's just going to sit back and tee off and play home run derby all day if you don't mix up your pitches. That's how dangerous he is here.
Latham dancing on first. That one hits the zone for strike 1.
To start out this season, he's the most dangerous hitter we've had at this school since that number 34 jersey out in left center field. Easily the most dangerous hitter we've had at this school out of Little Rock, Arkansas, SEC country, coming to play in the Scenic West Athletic Conference. What a pleasure it is to have Blake Wiggins here with us.
RBI opportunity at the moment, 1-1 with 1 down. Villa calling for it out. Runner goes. Villa's going to throw it down from his knees. Did he get there? No, save.
Close call.
Very close. Arm on Villa is very impressive.
Yeah, there's a decent jump. Wasn't the best jump, but Jarrell's speed made up for it there. Got in just in time with a great throw by Villa, though, Dev, to try to nab him at second base. Just about a half a second late. Now a runner in scoring position for Wiggins with only 1 down. Count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes here, by the way.
Latham inching towards third. Beal calling for the signs again. Allows Wiggins to call time at the dish.
Yeah, you got to. We've said this in years past, that when a runner gets on second base, got to mix up those signals a little bit as they can read you, steal signs. Have to be very careful. Yavapai knows that. And also, you got to be careful on how you pitch Wiggins here. With a runner now in scoring position, instead of that runner on first base, changes up the whole dynamic of the at-bat. You were trying to get a ground ball, 4-6-3, 6-4-3, any way you could turn to. Now, just trying to focus on the batter at the plate. And Jarrell not afraid to try to swipe third either. Very aggressive base runner. We'll see what he does here.
Got Hand waiting on deck in case Wiggins decides to take a base. Beal calling for it out. Beal delivers. Paints that outside corner for strike three.
Yeah, that pitch.
I'm looking.
Yeah, very friendly outside corner right there. Blake Wiggins not happy, and I guess I had to eat my words there. I said he would always get that bat off his shoulders. Hey, that time takes a standing third. That's the way baseball goes, though. You say one thing and something totally different happens. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Jordan Hand here. First time he was up, grounded out 5-3. See if he can bring in the second run of the ball game for the Coyotes. That's on second base in Jarrell Latham.
Beal now has 2 strikeouts. Same batter. First pitch of the sequence. While Latham's still hanging out on second base, goes outside.
If you're going to neutralize a bat, you're going to want to neutralize Blake Wiggins.
Yeah, there you go. Off to a great start in that.
Yeah. Back-to-back off-speed, getting him out, too. That's what you're going to have to do. Place off-speed low and away from that bat. So he tries to extend. There you go, Drizzy style.
Hand waiting patiently for his next pitch of the sequence. Villa sits in. Gets it in.
Just misses on
the
breaking
zone.
Ball. Nice. Looks like a little slider more than an actual curveball he brings there. 2 balls and no strike to count here.
Delgado in right. Definitely shitting more towards the line. There's a huge gap in right center.
Gotta wonder if it's because of the sun or just because that's the shift they're playing. It looks like
even
now he's moving back.
Yeah, there he goes.
Towards right center field now.
Listening to us live on YouTube. 2-0 on the way. Hits right down the middle for strike one.
Wireless earbud in his ear. Giving him some advice, some coaching advice. Coach Carm at work again, Devin. Actually, Coach Devin there. 2 balls and 1 strike to count with 2 down. Latham on second base. Coyotes looking to not leave any more men on. 2 left on last inning.
Beal's done a very good job of getting out of jams. Another opportunity here. 2-1 on the way. Misses out.
Caught now. Runs to 3 balls and 1 strike here. Got to be careful with Hand, too. Just because you get Wiggins out does not mean the trouble is over. 1 through 5, any one of these batters in the Coyotes lineup is capable of going deep, from Johnson all the way down to Westmoreland.
(3-1) about to get something friendly here, you would assume. Villa setting right down the middle. Gets it up, popping up, shallow right center field coming in on it. Will have to be Delgado. It's in the sun still. Ooh, catches it for out number 3.
To the F4 in your book, and the bottom half of the third inning. 1 hit, 1 left on. Coyotes still leading by a score of 1-0. Stay tuned for more Coyotes baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network, everybody.
Weather continues to hold up very well here in Henderson, Nevada. You are watching us live on YouTube. first season that we're on YouTube, and it's worked out pretty well so far. We like it.
I enjoy it. Working out the kinks as we go along here. Today's been the most seamless broadcast we've had this season, so let's keep it going as Yavapai steps up here to start off the top half of the fourth inning. 1, 2, and 3 do up easily Maggi and Johns.
Easily struck out the first time up. He's one of 6 Rough Riders to go down via strikes.
Tries to put
and
the
there he
bunt
goes.
down.
Yep, getting a strike right there against him.
Perfect pitch to throw on the bunt. Two-seam fastball running on the inside to the right-handers. He tries to lay down a bunt. If he does even make contact with that ball, might break his bat.
York moving right along here. There is a Coyote in the bullpen, just in case. Second pitch, bunted into the net. Over there, it'll be Dan Zeisen warming up.
Bottom of your screen, you see starter Gabe Gonzalez coming out to pick up that baseball from behind the screen. An umpire, a new ball here. 0-2 the count.
6'5", 220, Gabe Gonzalez.
Kind of hard to miss him out there.
0-2 on the way. Taken in the left center field. Excellent hit. Latham coming in on it. Not able to find it in the sun. Lands in for a base hit. And once again, the Rough Riders get on with a leadoff hit.
And are those shades on his face or on his hat?
They're on his face. It's still hard to play.
Yeah. Remember last year we had a few guys that had shades but didn't flip them down.
Yeah, they're on the hat, which doesn't make sense.
I see that in Major League Baseball all the time too. You see guys with glasses on the hat. I think they do it just for the sponsoring. I really do.
Honestly, that's a good call.
If Oakley's paying me $500,000 to wear the glasses on my cap, no doubt.
They pay me $20, I would wear them.
Well, Dev, you work cheap. So going to bring up Christian Maggi here, 0 for 1 on the night. Grounded out to second base.
The runner thought about it. Gets away from Newsom just a little bit. It might have been in his periph. Got him a little in the head.
Marked that a wild pitch. Easily moves up to second. Another runner in scoring position with nobody down here. Happened last inning too with Dillon and Weiler getting on second base with a double. And that's as far as he would get trying to swipe third. He was out.
I'm sure the Rough Riders know that as well, that testing Newsom behind the dish might not go their way, especially with nobody in the left-hand or the right-hand batter's box now. Last time Newsom did that, there was a batter there and he still got him out.
Mm-hmm.
Now with a clear line, we'll see. 1-0 on the way. Misses out.
Yeah. Right now, Mikey York struggling to find the zone on the first 2 pitches. Count now runs to 2 balls and no strikes here on Maggi. Lefty-righty matchup. Coyote infield. Blake Wiggins playing much closer to the third base bag in case that runner does break. He can handle a throw quickly.
2-0. Above the zone.
Yeah, York is
three bad misses in a row.
York is pressing right now here, and wise move by Blake Wiggins to come from third base, save a mound visit, and just head and talk to your pitcher out there, tell him to settle in. Definitely can tell from that side that he's rushing, and if I can see it from up here, Wiggins can definitely see it from his spot at third base.
And that shows the true,
the leadership.
Team, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The team vibe
All
here
for
the Coyotes have. Exactly. 3-0 on the way. Let's see if that visit can produce a strike. Try to call time. Ball 4 instead.
And we'll see what they do with Mikey York here. 4 straight balls.
Well, double play opportunity, if not a triple play opportunity, has presented itself for the Coyotes.
I've yet to see a Coyote triple play at home. On the road last year, saw one in southern Idaho, actually. But here, I've yet to see a triple play. See if the magic can pay off here as Gavin Johns comes to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout.
Best case scenario here, Johns gives a strike right over there to Wiggins, line drive, and then you go 5-4-3 and get out of this inning. There's that curveball misses inside.
Yeah, Newsom having trouble handling that one too, almost scooping it up.
Coach
Basket catching it.
Coach Garrettano at a camera view. He's inching close to the edge of that dugout right there.
Also giving, looks like a signal to his infielder. Not sure what he signaled. Tapped the top of his hat a couple times.
1-0. Thought about the pickoff. Did not commit. As easily backs up onto moonwalks back to second base. Yeah, easy on second. Maggi on first.
As we said, the shadows would play a factor here, really almost taking over the entire infield.
Check swing, thought about over to first. Newsom, hits it. Throws in the dirt in front of Westmoreland. It's going to roll all the way in right field. Backing him up is Long, getting that one in. Now, runners on the corners, and looks like Maggi sliding back in, caught something on his wrist, and trainer Steve Jacobucci going to go talk to him, make sure everything's okay. Now with runners on the corners.
Jacobucci headed out there in his Sunday's finest today. Check on the injured Maggi, it looks like, at first base. Don't know what happened there. And a wise mound visit here by pitching coach Brian Gates to settle his young man down on the hill.
Last pitch.
And they may be are they going to change here? It looked like he signaled towards the umpire as well. We will see if that is the end of his day or not.
And Coach Garitano talking to his outfielders from the dugout as well. And while Long's trying to talk to him in right field, Long's blocking out the sun.
Yeah. Sun playing a major factor here today, and it looks like we have a mound visit by everybody. Not really a pitching change. It's everybody headed to the mound, talking to the catcher and the pitcher here.
Who's got the ball?
Great question. That's a great question here to start out.
I don't see it anywhere.
I don't see that a lot more here, especially at this level, hidden ball tricks and
look,
stuff like that.
He's not on the hill. When they call, if play resumes and he's not on the hill, it's fair game wherever that ball is.
And nobody really knows.
Let's see. Well, Maggi seems to be okay. Steve Jacobucci talked to him for a little bit. Everything's all right. And, well, there's the ball. It makes an appearance in Mikey York's hand. Runners on the corners.
I was waiting for it. Have you ever seen it pulled off successfully, Devin?
I haven't, actually.
I've had it done to me before.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is very embarrassing. It usually means your head is not fully in the game.
2-0 on the way. Fouled off into the net.
Boy, he just missed that one. 89 miles an hour left up in the zone. Very fortunate there for Mikey York to sneak that one by Johns for strike one.
Tying run at third base. Go ahead run at first.
Mikey York run at the plate.
Yeah, exactly. York trying to get out of this one, or at least produce a double play, and only give up one run over to first. Not in time.
Coyote outfield. Really, you never see head coach Nick Garitano playing the shift, Evan.
2-1. Dropped it in the zone, got him swinging at air for strike two.
Nice breaking ball there from York after consecutive fastballs. Counts now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See if York has a put-away pitch instead, going to first, trying to catch Maggi on his toes. Caught me on my toes, that's for sure.
All right. And more importantly, got to watch that runner on third base when you make that runner over to first. Do not fall asleep with that runner on third base.
2-2, try to drop it below the zone, get it swinging like he did last time, but no avail, bringing the count full with nobody down.
Easier said than done, but Mike York has just got to focus on his man at the plate, 1 out at a time, 1 batter at a time here. If you surrender a run, that's going to happen, but preferably want to try to turn 2 here. You would relinquish the run to turn 2 here.
Full count pitch. Newson setting out. Runner goes. Popped up. It's going to be a trouble one for Long. Battling the sun out there in right field. Backing up. On it. Backing up. Catching it for out number 1. Play at the plate. Nope. Just going to come on home. Will be easily. Tag and go. Sacrifice. Bringing now. Tying up the game at 1 apiece.
Makes you hold your breath when you see the outfielder really struggling to find the ball out there. And head coach Nick Garitano coming out to the hill to make a pitching change. And as he makes that pitching change, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We'll be right back with more Coyotes baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network. Everybody stick around.
Dan Zeisen up on the bump now for your Coyotes. Met his father before the game. Very nice guy. Came and peeked into the press box up here. CSN like to thank their corporate sponsors, the Sunset Station Hotel and Casino, Ford Country, as well as Mesquite Ford and the Vaults. Always want to thank their support for CSN Athletics.
I want to use that sponsor, the Vault, but first things first, got to get myself some money.
It's true. It's true. They probably don't hold air.
Yeah, exactly.
Or donuts.
Well, you never know.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think they ask. You
Keep
put it in there and
keep
whatever.
the donuts fresh, yeah. I guess only money doesn't have to go in your vault, but only goes to my vault. Anyways, back to baseball here.
Yeah.
Yes, lefty Dan Zeisen on the hill to be exact against the right-hander Ramsey Romano here. Shortstop for the Rough Riders, 0 for 1 on the night with a fly out to left in his last at-bat.
Tie game, 1 each. Each team has 2 hits as well. First pitch, nice little off-speed. Gets over the bat of Romano for strike 1.
Breaking ball, and it's a nice change of pace when you go from Mikey York, who's throwing 94 miles an hour, to Dan Zeisen, who brings the off-speed at 77 miles per hour. Beautiful mountain. The way the mountains look right now, if you can see it on your camera. Great sunset, too.
Clear skies everywhere.
Nice move to first base by Dan Zeisen.
Expect that out of a lefty.
Yes. I mean, James Hernandez were talking on that point last night. Hernandez brought up a great point and mentioned Andy Pettit, probably the best left-handed pickoff move he's seen. Couldn't agree more.
0-1, 1 down, 1 on. Newson setting out. Dan Zeisen delivers. Fouled off.
80 miles an hour left dangerously high in the zone there, but gets it, gets a piece and just fouls it off. 0-2. Like I said, a change of pace sometimes can be the best thing, especially when you have a guy throwing 94 miles an hour. You like to see the work from Dan Zeisen here early. See if they could turn 2 and get out of this inning as middle infield is playing at double play death. Middle infielder's closer to the second base bag. First base holding his man on.
Over toward has gone by a mile. Excellent play by the lefty, Dan Zeisen. Good tag by Westmoreland.
Boy, I don't know what he was reading. I mean, I know I'm not on the field, but I could see he was going to that bag long before he threw it. Runner in.
If anything, you could tell by Newson he wasn't set out waiting for a pitch. He knew it was going over.
Yeah, the runner just didn't read that second base running mistake by the Rough Riders. Never want to take runners off the base paths. May cost you as you go down the stretch here.
Next pitch misses out.
Now it changes the whole dynamic of this at-bat. Middle infield can separate a little bit more to cover some more ground here. And you could pitch Ramsey Romano a lot different now than you could with a man on first and only 1 out. Now the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on.
Light's starting to come on as that sun is getting away from us. 1-2. Ground ball left side going foul.
Nice job making contact there and playing protect. If he doesn't swing, it's a strikeout. So just had to keep himself alive in the at-bat, and he does. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Gabe Gonzalez heads out to the home plate umpire to give him a fresh set of balls.
Fresh indeed. 1-2, 2 down. Dan Zeisen looking for that put-away pitch. Newson setting out.
Ooh, just missing high. Drew Newson trying to frame, but unfortunately, no work there. Deuces are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Try to frame over that Van Gogh for him. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, could not.
2-2 with 2 down. Dan Zeisen delivers. Gets popped up, out of play. And the concession stand over there.
All right. Staying alive at the plate, as you would say, Dev. Playing the Bee Gees.
Playing the Bee Gees.
Right now. First time I've heard that saying all year. I had to bring it out. Haven't heard it come out of those pipes all year yet, Dev.
I dropped it on that 11:30 p.m. game.
Oh, okay. Well, I was snoozing.
Yeah, you were crashed out, but there's a shot right up the middle, base hit, and just like that, Ramsey Romano gets on, and another runner at first base for the Rough Riders.
Line shot through the middle of the infield there, a 2-out single. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 34, Brock Efan. Big fella, coming from the right side of the plate, Devin. Brock Efan, number 34. Yep. What would you guess he is? You're always good at guessing the sizes. Without looking.
I don't know, probably 6'4".
Correct.
260?
270.
Well, he looks good.
Yeah. 6'4".
He lost a little weight since they wrote that down.
Yes. Okay. you win. First pitch misses for ball one. He's 6'4", 270 pounds. Out of Kaleo, Hawaii.
And he's the gentleman who not only, maybe 2.5 hours ago had a grand slam over the Coyote Cliff. Very dangerous bat for Dan Zeisen. That one goes above the zone. Don't miss high on this gentleman.
Count now runs 2 balls and no strikes with 2 down here. Runner on first base.
And just like that,
True Newsom was going to head out to the mound, it looked like, but takes a quick leap forward and backwards back behind the plate. Looks like they're all communicated up now.
That one hits it low and in for strike one. Excellent pitch.
2 balls.
The sunlight has disappeared from the field now.
Yes, it has. Lights, obviously, major key here.
2-1 on the way, going over to first.
Trying to get another runner, Dan Seisen with his deceptive pickoff move. Snap throws over to first base. Gonna really keep these runners on their toes tonight.
Newsom calling for it out. Runner goes.
Great job.
Swing and a miss, throwing it down to second. Slide again. Wow, excellent slide.
Fans in front of him was calling him safe before the umpire even called it, but he was safe.
He jumped like 7 feet out, bounced, and then got to second.
Yeah, great jump. If you get a jump on Dan Seisen, you got it. He takes a while to get to the plate. Sure, his first base coach has the clocking every pitch and how long he takes from the rubber to home plate.
Efan went down swinging last time. Opportunity for Dan Zeisen to get that put-away pitch here. See what Newsom gives him the throw. They agree on the first sign. Newsom calling for it out. Gets it low and away, bringing the count full, but gets away from Newsom. And just like that, heading over to third is Romano.
Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third base here. Rough Riders looking to take the lead, see what they could do. Full count, 2 down. A lot of pressure on Efan here. Huge point in the game. Tied at 1. Who knows? This second run could never know with the way the pitching has looked so far tonight.
Exact. Coyotes got their first run on some 2-out magic. Same thing here for the Rough Riders. Let's see if Dan Zeisen has any say in it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the one that was way out of the zone. Got Efan swing out of there.
Back-to-back case. Efan gets set down. We're going to end the top half of the 4th inning. 1 run on 2 hits. 2 hits in the inning. We are tied at 1. Stay tuned for more Coyotes baseball here on the Coyotes Sports Network, everybody.
Bottom out of the 4th. Tie game at 1. Coyotes got 1 run in the in the second. Bottom of the 2nd. And then tying it up with the Rough Riders in the top of the 4th. Here we go. Rough Riders have 3 hits. Coyotes have 2. And 1 error as well. And leading off will be number 17, Brody Westmoreland.
5, 6, and 7 due up here in the inning. Westmoreland, Martz, and Newsom.
Last time Beal saw him, Westmoreland had a line drive right back at him. There's one into right field. That's an excellent hit. That's going to go, keep going over the wall. Solo shot for Brody Westmoreland.
And that's what you need. I keep saying 1 through 5 in this lineup is capable any moment, any time of hitting a home run. And Westmoreland shows this deadly power in the Coyote lineup. Changes the score to 2-1 as the Coyotes take the lead to start off the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Yeah, don't have to worry about the sun on that one.
And the opposite field home runs have just, man, they have just come in abundance this year. It's the 3rd home run hit the opposite way for this ball club. It's going to bring up Jay Martiers, 1 for 1 on the day with a single and a run scored.
You park your car out there this time?
I did.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're asking for it, brother.
Yeah, I need to take out an insurance policy. I'm not saying I don't have one in case there's any
I was about to toss
enforcement listening.
We don't have any insurance sponsors. That was an excellent opportunity right there.
Yeah.
Next pitch misses out.
I got my money locked up in the vault. I'm going to have to pay for the window.
Maybe Mesquite Ford will hook you up with a new car.
Yeah. If I could be so blessed.
1-1 on the way. Check swing. Got a piece of it, did he? Yes, he did.
I don't know why he went down the first base there. I mean, the ball went off his bat. I guess he had to confirm it did.
All right, well, 1-2 now, and with that, the Rough Riders now have somebody warming up in their bullpen, starting to stretch out just in case Beal gives up a couple more hits. 1-2. Via calling for it high. That's exactly where he gets it.
Count. Now even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martz looking to strike here after Westmoreland's solo shot the opposite way.
Martz got on to via the single last time he was up. Not this time, though. Strike 3.
Hard swing there, too. Breaking ball away, looking for something inside there. It looked like the power out of the ballpark winds up striking out. It's going to bring up our superstar, the catcher, number 3, Drew Newson. Only 1 plate appearance today, and he walked.
3 strikeouts for Beal this afternoon.
Chase Beal. Pretty good game up there today.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting two runs off of 3 hits. That's an excellent pitch right there.
Slider just breaking over the inner half for strike number 1.
Once again, this is the 6 versus 8 matchup. Rough Riders being ranked number 6, and we are ranked number 8. 0-1. Outside.
A potential playoff preview here. Get our second preview of this series this year. Carry this rivalry hopefully into the playoffs. Beat these guys today and meet them somewhere down the road, wherever that may be.
Hopefully it's back here because we did so well. We get to host. Hopefully that's the case. 1-1. Nope.
Oh, good. Took that
2-1.
Yeah, you called it.
He held up on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of quick draw slipping out of you there.
That happens. 2-1, 1 down. Long waiting on deck. That was a good shot in the left center field. How far back's that one going to go? At the warning track, over the fence, and just like that, Drew Newson, another solo shot for these Coyotes bat. There you go. 3-1 in favor of CSN.
The power in this lineup is ridiculous. I mean, every night we've seen a home run here. It is home run derby every night at the park, everybody. If you don't like your conventional baseball, come on out to a Coyotes game. This is unbelievable this season, all the home runs being hit. More home runs hit here in the first 12 games of this season than we saw all of last year from our Coyotes. So tremendous kudos to this lineup. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Tyler Long.
If you're up for a souvenir, you can go fetch that one, wherever that one landed.
Behind the Orion sign out there.
Yeah, right. Somewhere between AR Iron and the Courtyard Marriott signage out in left field.
Probably went to the Courtyard Marriott.
Yeah.
Ball was hit really hard. More.
Now stepping up to the plate, continuing it on, will be Tyler Long. Walked the last time he was up. Let's see if he can earn his way on. Missing that one.
1 ball, no strike to count here with 1 down. Dev, you're taking a look at something out there. What's going on?
So you got a couple of people warming. We got at least one guy warming up for the Rough Riders, hitting behind the palm trees over there. This is above the zone on that one.
2 balls, no strike to count here. 91 miles an hour from Chase Beal.
It is a righty, though, as far as I can see.
2 runs given up here from Beal on the inning, both solo blasts, 1 from Westmoreland and 1 from Newson.
2-0 misses. Yeah, now they're probably going to slow down the pitches, try to give that gentleman in the bullpen as much time.
Yeah, even maybe call time on that hill, have the catcher run out to the mound, just play a little stall tactic, a.k.a. Western Nevada baseball.
They already had one mound visit, so the next time you see a coach, he's getting pulled. And just like that, 4 pitches in a row.
Second walk for Tyler Long.
Yeah.
Showing some great eyeballs out there tonight. We will see if they'll make that pitching change yet. I don't see any movement in the dugout nor any bullpen rest. They're still playing some soft toss down there, not quite pitching out of the stretch, really getting warm yet. We will see. They're still really playing soft toss down there, not throwing any specific pitches yet.
Now that catcher back there, he's going to throw on the mask.
Yep, now he's getting suited up as we're going to bring up Jared Perns here. Last time he was up, he grounded out the second to end the second.
Oh, one down here. I'm sure that's exactly what Beal would like to see. First pitch of the sequence. Paints that outside corner for strike 1.
Finally, a first pitch strike here. Been really trailing in the counts. Second time through the Coyote lineup. Coyotes hitting the ball much better, too.
It's pleasant to see the home runs in our favor against the Rough Riders as opposed to what we saw last year.
Oh, yeah. No doubt that team had some pop, to say the least.
Beals 0-1. Runner goes. Popped up. Shallow center field camping under it is easily for out number 2.
All right. Mark that a F8 in your book. Back to the top half of the Coyote lineup here with the second baseman, Dylan Johnson, coming to the plate. 0 for 2 on the night with a fly out and a ground out. See if he can change his luck.
Let that walk-up music play a little longer.
The Childish Gambino on the tunes. 2 down here in the inning. Standard depth for both the outfield and infield. No shift being played here.
Villa sets up in. Ball goes out, but hits the corner for strike 1.
Need to pay more attention to Tyler Long on first base. He's really reading the pitcher well. I'd at least attempt to keep him honest at first with a pickoff move. Pitcher and catcher don't even look like they're really paying attention down there. First base has also got to give a heads up to his pitcher and catcher. Should see a throw down the first base here if they're smart.
0-1, there you go. Exactly. Good call, Carmen.
Yeah, you had to there. He was jumping off the bag way too early and got almost a great jump last time. Decided to hesitate at the last moment and not go, so you really have to keep Tyler Long honest at first base.
Kahua over there at second, playing relatively close towards that base just in case he does take off. And the 0-1. Taken into left center field. That's going to get over the head of Romano. Nice base hit for our leadoff man, Dylan Johnson.
Chase Beal really struggling here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 runs allowed. And let's just make sure our stats are right here. That's 1, 2, 3 hits here in the inning. Rough inning. Umpire calls time right now. We will. The second base umpire called time. Looks like Gonzalez gives the umpire a fresh set of balls again.
Rough Rider coaching staff checking on the gentleman in the bullpen, making sure he's ready to go.
Here we go. Catcher headed out to the hill now. Probably just to delay a little bit. Give the bullpen a couple more pitches to work with here before they make that change.
To Beal's credit, he still has a double play opportunity. Well, exactly. He only needs one more. It's 2 down.
Force out.
See if he can get out of this inning.
Hey, catcher kind of gives him a pat on the chest saying, hey, we can get this thing done here. Make your pitches, hit your spots, and we'll limit the damage to only 2.
Well, you got Jarrell Latham at the dish.
Single in his second plate appearance with a stolen base as well. 1 for 2 on the night.
Second batter in the lineup has earned that spot.
Clever work there by the catcher and manager.
There you go.
And all tactics.
Just like that, Beal's day will be done. Let's see if we can get a number on the gentleman coming around from the bullpen. Still throwing around a little bit. Waiting for the call. And here comes the umpire.
Yeah, we'll see if they change that pitch. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Just they've been delaying this whole time. And
yep, there they go.
There we go.
Just called for it.
All just gamesmanship here. It's all part of the game.
Oh, it is a lefty in the bullpen. All right, so they're going to toss the lefty at us. See if we can get a number on who it'll be. It will be number 12, Avery Weems. We'll give Weems a couple warm-up pitches, so enjoy it, and I'm going to grab some water. Here we go in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Avery Weems on the hill, and the first batter he will face would be Jarrell Latham in the lefty-lefty matchup here. 2 on, 2 down. First pitch from Weems. High and in on him. Nice heat, though.
Exaggerated kind of turn there from Latham. Probably not used to seeing a lefty on a hill. And pitch runs a little bit inside. He dramatically turns away from it. Latham is 1 for 2 on the evening with a single and a ground out. 2 men on with 2 outs here. Definitely want to cash in on those runners. Sun almost completely down here, setting on the valley. Very nice tonight.
The 1-0. Hits that outside corner for strike 1.
Count even at a ball and a strike apiece here. Lefty coming in, throwing some off speed, and see what he can do to keep the lefty Latham off his game.
Prime opportunity for the Coyotes here to not leave any men on the bags.
Outfield straight up, infield pretty straight up as well.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. A half-hearted swing at it.
Yeah, he was coming half around to decide to complete the swing by the time it was in the catcher's glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Latham here.
Weems trying to limit the damage here in the bottom half of the fourth. Coyotes already had 2 solo shots, taking over the lead 3-1. Weems sets at the chest. Delivers home. Ground ball right side over Kaho'olua. Picks it up. Tosses it to Johns for out number 3. And just like that, your Coyotes added 2 more off of a couple hits as well. We're heading to the top half of the 5th in the lead by 2. put the Red Hot Chili Peppers on pause as we get started here in the top half of the 5th inning.
So Jonathan Villa coming to the plate here, still with Todd Dan Sizen in the game.
Villa's last time up went down swinging. That was against York. First time here against Dan Zeisen. Lefty-lefty matchup.
6 strikeouts on the night for the Yavapai lineup, looking to make some better contact in the second half of this game here.
Newsom will set a little bit out. Ball goes below the zone, though. Perfect placement for you and me, but not for Jessa, the umpire behind the dish.
That is all that matters.
Your opinion matters.
Oh, thank you, Devin. First time I've heard that in a long time. All right.
Well, that one misses outside, too. 2-0.
Guess I do matter somewhere in these quarters. All right.
A smidge.
Yeah, right? Propping me up here, Devin. I like it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, buddy. 2-0 on the way. There you go. Hit that corner. That's where the first one should have hit. Well, third one does. Third time's a charm.
Speaking of being accurate, Devin, NBA skills competition tonight, All-Star Weekend. My favorite part of the All-Star Weekend is the skills competition, as the dunk contest is so outdated it's not even funny.
There's a shot right up the middle. Slow roller gets all the way into center field from Villa, and a leadoff single for the Rough Riders.
Yeah,
but yes, I agree. That's not the most fun.
Yeah, leadoff man on, and once again, 3rd inning in a row for the Rough Riders. They get the leadoff man to start out an inning. Let's see if they can make the run count, as it's going to bring up the third baseman, Dylan Enweiler. Reached on a double, tried to swipe third, and was tagged out.
Nick Guarania is going to take over at first base for the catcher Villa, who's going to go put on the gear. First pitch from Dan Zeisen right in the middle again. Nice stab from Martz. Martz to Johnson. Johnson to Westmoreland in time for the double play. Excellent play by the Coyote infielder.
This infield is something special, and as we carry on in this season, you're going to see just how good they are. If you guys have been watching every game, you see the fantastic plays they make. That was just as smooth and as pretty and easy as you can make it look. 6-4-3 double play, 2 quick outs. Dan Zeisen loves it. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Nico Delgado. Struck out on a 12-6 curveball in his last plate appearance.
And exactly what you said. That's easy to make it look. Definitely not an easy play.
Oh,
no. Put the glove out there. Got it done. Trying to get it going here. There's a nice pitch from Dan Zeisen.
We've seen a lot of teams where a lot of times you see that same double play, but it's like you're watching it in slow motion because the team has such trouble turning it. Us, it was just a seamless transition from the shortstop to the second baseman to the first baseman.
Dan Zeisen with the same pitch 2 times in a row for 2 strikes in a row.
0-2 the count with 2 down, nobody on here.
That's some positive momentum for the Coyotes here in the top half of the 5th with 2 down. Newsom likes it, calling for the put-away pitch on low and in. Gets it, ground ball left side instead, over to Martz. Started the 2 out, and there it is, getting out number 3 right there. Coyotes keep the momentum in their favor as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Blake Wiggins will lead us off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Hand on deck, Westmoreland in the hole. Wiggins is 0 for 2 on the day. One of the hottest bats coming into this game.
Yeah, struck
Slow
out
so far.
Yeah, struck out twice today. One standing, one swinging. Let's see if he could turn his fortunes around here against the lefty on the hill.
Yeah, the first time he's going to see Wiggins versus Weems. Lefty righty. Lefty goes right, goes out, and gets fouled off instead.
This man throws a lot of off speed, which Wiggins has struggled with tonight. See if he can make an adjustment now and make some good contact off Weems. Blake Wiggins, unbelievable power. Has a little bit of a stinger on his wrist right now, too. Can't imagine when he's fully healthy how powerful that Bryce Harper bat's going to look on him.
0-1, misses out. Villa calling for that low when he's sticking his leg out like that and gets it high.
1 ball, 1 strike to count now.
Weems making quick work on the hill as well. That's a nice pitch.
It's going to stifle any hitter, yet than the power hitter of Blake Wiggins. Kind of off speed, really keeps a man on his back foot. Never know exactly when to turn on that ball. Sometimes it's just a stroke of luck. Other times, just means you're good.
Weems is 1-2. Misses out.
Ball tailed off, didn't quite get the break he wanted to. Count now runs even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out, just starting off the bottom half of the 5th inning here at beautiful Morse Stadium. A great night for baseball.
And the 2-2. As Villa calls for a way in. Gets a way in, popped up. Barely going to get out. Coming in on it easily. Still coming in on it and catching it for out number 1. Yeah, he made 60, 70 feet to get that.
Yeah, made a beeline for that ball and just got there in time to get the fly out. Mark that a F8 in your book at home, as we're going to have Jordan Hand coming to the dish now. Grounded out in his first at-bat. Flew out in his second at-bat. Third time's the charm, they say. Let's see what Hand can do here.
You got the home run hitter, Brody Westmoreland, one of the home run hitters, waiting on deck for another opportunity. First pitch of the sequence. This is out.
Yeah, 1 through 5, anybody's dangerous here in this lineup. Devin, as I say, with Dylan Johnson, Jarrell Latham, Blake Wiggins, Jordan Hand, and Brody Westmoreland. Even Drew Newsom getting in on the fun today.
Yeah, he's sitting there in the 7th spot. Second pitch of the sequence. Hits that outside corner once again, very in favor of Weems.
Counts even at a ball and a strike apiece with 1 out. 1's across the board. Call Uno, Devin. Or not.
I like it.
I'm just kidding.
1-1. Villa calling for it out. Fouled off.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. Avery Weems showing some good command of the zone here. Kick off the bottom half of the 5th inning, and back in the 4th inning, he was showing a good presence out there as well.
Yeah, induced the ground ball to get out of the last inning. Here he is now trying to keep it within range for his Rough Riders. Villa calling for it in. Gets it high and out.
Counts now even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coyotes lead by a score of 3-1. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Coyotes, 1 run, 4 hits and no errors for the Rough Riders. He's out.
Thought about it. Should have went. Strike 3 called against him.
Backwards K in your scorebooks at home. That's the first 2 down of the inning here. It's going to bring up Brody Westmoreland here. 1 for 2 on the night with a home run and a really hard hit ball back to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. A line shot and a beautiful play made by Chase Beal between his legs. Should be 2 for 2 on the day, Westmoreland. See what he can do here with his 3rd at bat.
Thought about it. Good eye though. Ball.
And you see he's so aggressive there, and he's really feeling himself in that zone. Now he's almost getting anxious there, and that's why it's good to have an off-speed guy like Weems on the hill right now.
Off-speed guy just throwing 89 at you right there, but missing the zone.
Yeah, missing 2 balls, no strikes, trying to stay away and develop an outside corner. Lefty is yet to be successful doing that. Needs to find a way to set up on that outside corner. Catcher also needs to work with him in Villa.
Catcher sitting out.
There you go.
Gets it out. There's that pitch he's hit on every time.
Well, absolutely, and that's what you need to keep the right-handers honest and protecting that plate, and eventually you could bust them inside with something high and inside. You either jam them or just get them to strike out as they're looking to reach over the plate.
Villa calling for a low and out. Ground ball right side over to the first baseman, Johns, who tags it, and out number 3 is collected here in the bottom of the 5th. 5th. We will stay up by 2 as we head to the 6th.
1 ball, 1 strike to count now. Avery Weems showing some good command of the zone here. Kick off the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1 for 2 on the night with a home run and a 4 hits and no errors for the Rough Riders. He's out.
One one. Villa calling for it low and out. Ground ball right side over to the first baseman, Johns, who tags it, and out number 3 is collected here in the bottom of the 5th. We will stay up by 2 as we head to the 6th. Top half of the sixth. You want to say his name or do you want me to say his name?
Oh, Dev, you take the honors, man. you got it.
Turtle Kahualua. Second time at the dish. Has done an excellent job over there at second base so far. A little cold with the bat. Went down looking last time he was up. First pitch of the sequence. Just misses. Ball one against him. Newsom tried to help him out. Tried with a frame job, but no success. 1-0 count. Newsom calling for it out. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Back here after I got my light on here so I can actually see my papers, Devin.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Always a good call. Major key to have the light on. Major key.
And the 1-1. Ground ball left side. Excellent stab from Martz across the diamond to Westmoreland for out number one.
Infield on the left side is a 180 from last year. Some absolute rockets on the left side of the infield. Mark that 6-3 in your book at home. Back to the top of the Rough Rider lineup for the third time tonight. You're going to have Nate Easley coming to the dish. 1 for 2 on the day with a single, strikeout, and a run scored.
Last time he was up, you got that single. And he's the only run collected from the Rough Riders. Came in on a sacrifice fly from Johns. Dan Zyson's first pitch. Curveball goes above him. Ball one.
Close pitch, nonetheless. Goes to the batter, Dev. Happy you got that umpire's name right there, just in case something funny happens.
Yeah, we know his name now.
Exactly, we got him a marked man.
Oh, lay down the bunt. Oh. Excellent bunt right there. Gonna be tough for Dan Zyson. Definitely not in time. Wow, excellent play by Easley.
You can't ask for a better placed bunt than that little dragger down the third base line, busting out of the right-hander's batter's box. Easily going to reach first as Westmoreland and Dan Zyson had no chance on getting to that baseball. 1 out here in innings, going to bring up the lefty Christian Maggi.
Yeah, you can't draw it up any better than that.
No,
excellent play, and I'm sure the Rough Riders love that. Now with the tying run at the dish.
Small ball is key, Devin.
Let's see. The Rough Riders haven't been the best on the base pass so far.
Easy for you to say, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just as Dan Zyson checks over there at Westmoreland.
Got a lot of tongue twisters here, Dan Zyson. Base paths for you. You're rolling here.
I'm hanging in there.
All right.
Maggi waiting patiently for his first pitch of the sequence. Going over to first instead.
Yeah, I don't know if these guys are going to fall for that move this time. Christian Maggi, actually, last time he got on base via the walk and got picked off at first base on a similar move.
Yeah, especially Maggi better not get picked off.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that first pitch. Hits the zone for strike one. He dropped the bat. Yeah, he didn't worry about it.
A quicker move by Dan Zyson out there doing a little sidestep, getting it to the plate a lot quicker than he's typically been doing all game. Looks like he's pitching out of the stretch even with men on base. Now taking that little sidestep to get it to the plate a little bit quicker.
Keeping an eye on Easley over there at first. The whole Rough Rider dugout just screaming back.
After one of your guys gets picked off during the ball game, you really the whole dugout's on their toes. And no doubt Dan Zyson there fearing that pickoff move. Just keeping them honest.
Making Maggi wait.
Such a weapon. It also messes up the batter at the plate. His timing so anxious waiting for that pitcher to come home.
There he does. A little pitch out just in case Easley decides to take second.
Thought Drew Newsom was going to try to snap through that ball down the first base as he steps into the right-handed batter's box to take that pitch out. Wisely just holds it, though. Count now at a ball and a strike apiece with 1 out and a runner on first. Coyote infield. Double play depth. Outfield basically straight up.
Newsom calling for it out. Exactly where he gets it. Just gets away from a little bit. He's going to throw it down. Nope, definitely not throw it down to second.
Drew Newsom kind of stumbled there trying to make a throw. Even if he would have made that throw, probably best thing was just to take that ball and put it back in his glove. Pitch gets away from him. A couple balls getting away from Drew. Uncharacteristically tonight, seeing Drew having trouble handling some of the baseballs tonight, especially the ones outside when he's facing lefties. He has to reach out further with that glove. Just having a little bit of trouble behind that dish.
Double play opportunity has eliminated itself with that last ball. 2-1 is the count. Easily dancing at second. Call time at the dish.
Wait a minute. That was a pitcher is in his stretch here.
Wasn't
Here's
even looking at home, yeah.
Here's some of the crowd grunting and groaning after the time was granted. A little bit too late. As we know, umpire does not have to grant time to the man at the plate. 2-1 the count, one down, runner in scoring position for the Rough Riders, tying run at the plate.
Newsom call forward in, runner goes.
Money.
You got to throw over to third. He's got him by a mile. Oh no, not able to get there. Sliding under the tag is easily. The ball got there in time, but the hand beat them to the bag, and just like that, there's a runner on third.
Drew Newsom looks like he's having trouble getting his feet underneath him behind the plate. I don't know if there's something up with the dirt he's on, but every time he tries to get up or stand up, he's like slipping behind the plate. I have to ask him after the game, or if we could get somebody on that field down there to ask him what is going on behind the plate. Is so uncharacteristic for him tonight to be slipping behind the plate.
He's easily got a lot of dirt in his face on that one. The whole jersey's dirty, the pants are dirty. He's getting the dirt out of his eyes. Committed to that third base, and that's exactly what he earned.
3 balls, 1 strike to count here, 1 down.
Now it's on Dan Sison to take care of business at the dish. Misses outside, ball 4, and allows Maggi with an emphatic bat toss all the way to his dugout, and he'll take first.
Second walk of the night for Maggi. Hopefully not the same result for him at least. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off at first again. It's going to bring up Gavin Johns, who has the only RBI on the night for his Rough Riders. Sacrifice fly out the right field, an RBI to his name. Got somebody else.
Was that Sage? That's DM.
Yeah, Sage DM.
Warming up over there. Just in case Dan Sison can't collect this double play right here. Got Gavin Johns at the dish. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a sacrifice fly that collected the only run for the Rough Riders in the fourth inning. But double play opportunity right here. Dan Sison get out of this one with no damage taken, but not before Coach Garantano to make a little appearance right here. And usually you don't see him not take the ball from him.
I only saw that one time last year. That's with a man named Phil Bickford. He decided to keep him in the game, but that was Phil Bickford, who was a first-round pick to the San Francisco Giants. Wishing all the best to Phil as his Major League career gets underway, and we're going to take a quick break here, I believe, as head coach Nick Garantano doing the same thing the Yavapai guys are doing, just playing a little bit of stall tactics on that hill, bringing his whole infield in. And the pitcher is coming out from the bullpen.
I think so.
Looks like it.
Well, they're walking around, that's for sure.
I sent them back. We'll see what they do here. I believe, wait for the umpire to come.
Umpire's like counting the seconds. I guess, as Coach Garantano, make sure everybody's on the same page. And here comes the umpire to break up the meeting. While CSN would like to thank their corporate sponsors, the Bank of America, C. Martin Construction, the Edge Fitness Center, and Design to Print. Meeting adjourned on the hill.
And they're going to keep him on the hill. Head coach Nick Garantano, a rare move as he comes out to the mound and actually keeps his pitcher up there. Must have had some the gift of gab Dan Sison, huh? Convincing head coach Nick Garantano to keep him in the ballgame.
There he is, still with the ball in his hand.
And the Garantano strut is in full effect still to make his way back into the dugout.
There he goes. He finally makes it.
And he makes it.
All right.
Crosses the finish. Gavin Johns here looking to get another RBI to his name. Runners on the corners, only 1 down. Great opportunity for the Rough Riders.
Yavapai dugout getting loud. First pitch of the sequence. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Newsom able to keep that one in front of him.
Off speed there for strike 1. Yes, want Drew Newsom to find himself behind that plate again and get rolling.
0-1, getting John swinging at air. He's got a little bit of a closed stance towards right center field. Newsom calling for it a little bit out. Gets a little bit in. Ball 1.
Yeah, count now. Even at a ball and a strike apiece here. A good thing with Dan Sison, just about every batter he's faced started out with a first pitch strike tonight. Hopefully keep that consistency up as he moves along here. Count even across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners on the corners. 1 on third, 1 on first.
The 1-1. Got fouled off right there.
Yeah, it looked like he was a delayed swing on the curveball. 1 ball, 2 strike to count with 1 down. Looking to get a big out number 2 here. Get out of this big jam that the Coyotes are in. And on tight to that 3-1 lead they're holding on to right now.
East team with 5 hits apiece. And then Zyson trying to avoid any more hits here in the top half of the 6th. Going towards first.
Runner bluffs going home. No chance of making it safely, at least realistically. You never know what could happen when he puts a ball in the air, but if the throw's on target, he'd be out by about 15, 20 feet. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 down, and these runners still on the corners. Dan Sison looking to limit the damage here the Rough Riders are doing.
John's doing everything he can to not induce a ground ball. Oh, and just like that, Dan Sison calls for the signs again. They agree on the first one. On the second time around, ground ball left side over to Martz. Martz to Johnson. Johnson to Westmoreland.
Trouble on the transfer.
No, he's safe at first. Excellent play over there. But wow, going into second hard was Maggi. Coming up slowly, favoring that right shoulder of his, but able to put the helmet back on gingerly and then sliding in head first was Johns over there at first base and getting on safely.
You're never told to slide into first base. It's known to delay your time getting to the base. I actually heard a sports science. They said that rumor might be false, but I do not believe it. Head coach Nick Garitano talking to the second base umpire, it looks like. Looks like a little bit. He's trying to ask for interference here.
Yeah, maybe they're looking at the slide.
Yeah, umpire turned his back to him here, and we'll see.
Just like that,
nothing, yeah.
Not a lot of physical argument as far as we can see.
Well, no, definitely not physical. Hopefully it always stays verbal, or if we won't see Nick Garitano for the rest of the year.
Ramsey Romano will return to the dish for his third attempt up. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a fly out.
2 down here in the inning. Runner on first base in Johns. See if he tries to keep him honest with a move to first.
Easily did score on that last play. 3-2 now, still in favor of the Coyotes. Curveball, runner goes. Noose is going to throw down. Maybe to get there in time. No, that's going to get all the way into center field.
Nobody was paying attention to the runner at first base. Dan Sison never looked him down. Newsom didn't even bother. The second baseman wasn't even in position, ready to take that throw. No chance.
Last pitch was called a strike with 2 down.
Sports news here real quick. College basketball upset Devon. Number 2 Maryland upset by Wisconsin tonight, 70-57.
It's a big upset.
You're not kidding. All they're playing some better basketball down the stretch here.
0-1. Dan Zyson is still trying to get out of this inning. Rough Riders not going away easily.
Ooh, that's a close move. Did not balk, though. Kept that leg up in front of him. Counts 0-1 here with 2 down. Another runner in scoring position. The tying run, to be exact, in scoring position for the Rough Riders. Tight ball game. Very exciting ball game tonight. Competitive. Something we haven't been able to say the last 3 nights.
This one gets fouled off. Bringing the count 0-2. Giving Dan Zyson an opportunity for a put-away pitch.
Time to get the Coyotes out of this jam here. Limited damage to only 1 run. Tallied 1 hit here in the inning. That was Nate Easley's single. They come around to score on the only hit allowed in the inning. Fielder's choice was given up by Gavin Johns. Reaches first base. He has an RBI to his name and is now on second base.
Coyotes expecting 6, 7, 8 up and when they get the bats. If Dan Zyson collect 1 more strike here. Sets at the belt.
Had a free pitch. Time just a wee bit late.
Yep. Had a free pitch at home, and did they call time? No pitch?
No, definitely. Yeah, somehow granted him time. Another one at the last minute again.
Johnson thought he'd come his way, just like he is right there, protecting second base. Ground ball right back at him. Oh, hits off the glove. Still a play for Martz. Can he get it there in time?
No way.
No, he does not. Westmoreland, if anything, didn't even hold on to the ball to complete the out.
Marked that a single as Johns moves up to third base. Romano will reach first. More trouble here for the Coyotes. Dan Sison having a lot of trouble getting out of this inning. It's going to bring up Brock Efan here.
And there he goes, Coach DeGarotano coming out for the second time at Dan Sison. We're going to go to the bullpen in just a second. Alec Hutt on the hill, trying to collect the final out of the 6th inning. Runners on the corners. And the big bat of Brock Efan. Runner goes. Wow. Well, that's going to be easy then. Just collect it.
Going home. No.
Got him home. Got him at home. Wow, not the best base running from the Rough Riders. Jumping early was Romano, taking off to second, and that tried to allow Johns to come on home, or excuse me, Matthew to try to come home, tagged out at home, and
terrible base running. The entire game, the Rough Riders have easily cost themselves at least a run here in this game.
I couldn't even tell you. Hutt wasn't even barely ready. Yeah, he wasn't even set. It was prime opportunity, and well,
they just gave it up.
All right,
that's it. We're going to break here. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 6th inning. Coyotes clinging on to a 3-2 lead. Stick around the Coyote Sports Network for more baseball, everybody.
Jay Martz will lead us off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning with his Coyotes leading by 1.
6, 7, and 8 due up here in the inning. Martz, Newson, and Long. Martz with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning and struck out in his last at-bat.
Weems' first pitch misses outside.
Cool. Weems in the game here. Doing a pretty nice job in relief, Devin.
Yeah. He's only seen 4 batters and got them all out.
Hey, it's 100% efficiency in my book.
1-0. 1-1. That pitch he hits every time. Same spot.
Outside corner, if you can command that outside corner. I think Tom Glavine was the best at showing that. Once you own that outside corner, you own the night.
And you take them in. At least that's where Villa was calling for it.
That's the
plan. Got a way out.
Yeah, and that's the plan. You eventually want to try to get him inside with something high and inside, get him jammed up, or just swing and missing altogether as he's looking for something away.
And the 2-1. Swinging on
there. You go.
Straight too, yeah.
Trying to protect the outside, and then you have to turn your hands at a different angle to try to catch up with that inside pitch. And even up the count here.
And the 2-2 from Weems, and Villa's going to stand up instead.
Yeah, Villa gets this new signal from his dugout.
And he keeps looking over there. He's got a sign now. Weems likes it and delivers the 2-2. Nice pitch, same pitch.
Outside corner, backwards K in the book. Devin, another curveball, getting another Coyote out. 2 strikeouts on the curveball. It's going to bring up one of the heroes of tonight, Drew Newson. Solo shot back in the 4th inning and walked in his first at-bat. Very productive night for Mr. Newson. See if you could add to his resume here tonight.
2 of the 3 runs the Coyotes have scored have been from Newson. First pitch. That's going to get away from Villa. First one we've seen get away from Villa all night.
Yeah, he's done a great job handling the plate. Yavapai team, very talented. You know we'll be seeing at least them in the playoffs. Don't know if we'll be seeing them, but you know they will be in the playoffs.
There's a big shot in the left field. Going over the scoreboard. Will it get that far? It does. Drew Newson once again solo shot, back-to-back at-bats, and just like that, giving the Coyotes a 2-run advantage once again.
Have yourself a night, Drew Newsom. Back-to-back home runs for himself, solo shots to be exact, an absolute bomb over the left field wall. Second one of the night, and second one of the season as well. Both home runs of his season coming tonight.
Excellent.
Great shot by Drew Newsom.
Wow, and he's the 7th bat in the lineup. We've been giving credit to 1 through 5, and here comes Newsom, the super starter in the 7th spot, collecting 2 home runs this evening. That's going to bring up number 12, Tyler Long. Hits the zone, does Williams for strike 1.
Drew Newsom, how about it? I did not expect to see this much power from him this whole season, yet 2 home runs tonight.
Towering shot over left field. Excellent. Excellent ball.
And you know what that's a sign of, too, as the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike here, is that if the 1 through 5 guys aren't necessarily getting it done with home runs, which Westmoreland already has one, guys in the lower part of the lineup can get it done as well. That means you have a complete lineup.
Exactly. Ground ball right side going foul.
You gotta love seeing Drew Newsom do well. Such a great young man out there. I mean, he's just such an appreciative kid. Everything. His parents are great as well. He's just a good man. That's all you could say about him.
And some good luck going his way.
And one thing, if you're out here every day, if you've been out here the last 2 seasons, he works his tail off. Really does. One of the hardest workers on this team.
Earning his spot.
Yeah, and you know he really works his tail off. He was called the super sub for a reason last year. He came in as a substitute, but filled in as a platoon player just about any position you ask. And now this year, getting the nod at catcher.
Doing an excellent job, 2-2. Now, that one misses outside, bringing the count full against Long.
Yeah, Long seeing the ball well tonight. 2 walks to his name, looking to add a third one here. 3 balls, 2 strikes count with 1 down. You know he's going to be looking for that outside corner. Time to play protect here with the count full.
Maybe Long can induce a third walk. He does. Wow, just like that. Wow. Long in the 8th spot. 3 walks all this evening.
Well, so almost on the easy cycle, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
1 more walk, he'll get the easy cycle with 4 straight walks, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch. It's going to bring up Jared Perns here. 0 for 2 on the night with a ground out and a fly out. See if third time is the charm for Mr. Perns.
Double play opportunity has presented itself for Weems and his Rough Riders trying to get out of this one. See if Perns can avoid that for his Coyotes.
4-2, Coyotes lead here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Swinging at the first one, fouling it off.
Another first pitch strike here. This inning for Perns. Excuse me. Inning for Weems been a little bit difficult here, starting just about every batter behind in the count. This one finally get ahead, starts out with strike 1. Long taking a 1-step lead off of first base.
0-1 outside via jumping up quickly to go get that one.
Maybe attempting a snap throw, but does not. Via very heads up out there behind the dish.
1-1, 1 down. Coyotes up by 2. Weems sets at the belly, goes over towards first. A little soft toss.
Yeah. Quick move over to first base just to keep him honest. Weems doesn't have really a real deceptive move over the first base. At least he hasn't shown it yet, if he does.
True. Perns waiting for his third pitch. Gets it here. That's a good shot over to left field. Nice little base hit.
Well, the off speed that Weems is bringing that was throwing these batters off, they're sitting back on it now and just waiting. It seems like you can't get anything else over but the off-speed breaking balls, and they're hanging right over the plate as we speak. Long moves up to second. Perns at first and back to the top of the lineup with Dylan Johnson at the plate here. 1 for 3 on the night with a single to his name.
Each team with 6 hits apiece. 7 hits, excuse me, now.
Apiece. Man, here you are, tongue twisted tonight.
I know, right?
That's okay.
Shenanigans. Well, Coyotes lead 4-2. Lead in the hits category as well, now 7-6. Lead in the errors category as well, 1-0. Top of the order, Johnson waiting for his first pitch of the sequence as Villa sets in. Ground ball left side, just going foul. Look out, Coach.
Nick Garitano moving the big tree trunks out of the way.
Pulled the Elvis hip twitch to get out of that
one. Very descriptive, Devin. I'll leave it at that. 0-1 the count here. He's got runners on second and first. Coyotes lead by a score of 4-2 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 1 run across, looking to add more.
Villa calling for it low. Gets it high and out.
1 ball, 1 strike. The count now to Dylan Johnson. Looking down at head coach Nick Garitano. I'm sure all the base runners are as well.
Yeah, they're all looking at the play sheet.
Yeah, play calls right inside their waistline. Not on the wrist anymore. Guess they learned their lesson from last year not to wear the plays on the wrist. First baseman might have some owl vision, be able to read those guards.
1-1, runner goes. Double steal. Throwing it all the way in the left field. They're going to send him. Coming on around. And stand up over there. Exactly what you needed to do. And Long comes on around.
You create havoc. That's what you do with aggressive base running, especially a double steal. Mark that at E2. Throwing error on the catcher. We're going to move.
Looks like he might have put his whole back into it. And he's, Villa not
throwing himself
not
out
100% at the moment. At least doesn't look like it.
No, especially when you're throwing from your knees like that. I'm basically throwing with your whole back, and sometimes you can throw your back out doing that. We'll see how he feels.
Seems to be all right.
He is a gamer back there.
Yeah, grabbing the. You have to be when you're behind the dish.
You know best, Evan. You speak more about the position tonight. Do you play it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what's going on. You still got to put the gear back on and get out there.
Mm-hmm.
You make a bad throw like that sometimes, but that's when you just wait for the bat to come back around. And hopefully you can make an impact there as well. 1-2. Last pitch was called a strike. Villa seems to be okay.
Coyotes up by 3 runs here. Coming into the inning, this is a 3-2 ball game. Now Coyotes creating a little separation as we're in the middle innings here. Lots of baseball left to be played, though. You know these Rough Riders will not go down without a fight. You were here for the postseason last year, Deb.
Yep, that was not amazing. I'd like to forget about that immediately.
Yeah.
1-2 is the count. Williams still on the hill, trying to get out. Ground ball right, so that's going to get through the hole. They're definitely going to send him on around. Pern's going to round third. Going to be a play at the plate. No, cut off instead. Sliding in, making it 6-2 Coyotes.
Back-to-back singles for Dylan Johnson tonight, but only difference this single has an RBI attached to it as Perns comes all the way around from second to score. Coyotes extend their lead by 4. Lead 6-2 over the Rough Riders. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Jarrell Latham, 1 for 3 on the evening with a single.
Grounded out 2 times as well, so he's made contact each time. See if he can put it where the Rough Riders are not. Lefty-lefty matchup here.
See what Perns can do as he looks at his little signal sheet that is tucked in his waistband.
Rough Riders warming up in the bullpen. Playing a little bit of toss. First pitch from Williams, showing bunt, pulling the back, only 1 out.
Yeah.
Not a bad call.
Especially with the wheels that Latham does have.
Williams getting set once again. Johnson takes a decent lead over there at first, while Johns keeps him honest. In on that one. Not able to locate.
Just misses inside. Got some Yavapai fans calling for a strike there in the inner half. Does not get it.
Yeah, Villa was low and out, waiting for that one. Catches it at the belt on the inside.
Umpire's vision is fooled. 2 balls, no strike to count, 1 down with Johnson on first base and an RBI to his name as well.
Villa once again calling it out. Gets it fouled off instead.
If I'm the Coyote base runners, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive on Weems, especially. I know Dylan Johnson may not have the fastest wheels, but he's a leadoff hitter for a reason. Weems seems to have absolutely no move over to first base. It's going to deceive anybody. If you feel good about it, go. So if I'm the head coach, that is what I am telling my runners. Take a bigger lead. Don't show him any respect if he hasn't earned it.
There you go. Just like that. And get thrown out.
He's safe. He avoided the tag.
Yeah, he did. That's an excellent call.
Wow, what a great slide.
Wow, he went in with the left hand.
Yeah.
Pulled it back and gave him the right. And they're at second base.
By Johnson there, getting caught actually. Almost getting caught there, but mark that as a stolen base. Surprised the Yavapai manager isn't coming out to at least try to dispute the call, but he must know that tag was not laid down. Yeah, another runner in scoring position now for Latham to try to bring around.
Romano at short thought he had an easy out. Definitely did not. Count remains 2-1 with 1 down. Now another runner in scoring position for the Coyotes here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball right side over Kahualua to Johns for out number 2.
Runner over to third base now with 2 outs. Mark that 4-3 in your book. Latham will be out. It's going to bring up Andrew Wiggins here. 0 for 3. Excuse me, Blake Wiggins. Why did I say Andrew?
This is basketball.
Yeah, totally slipping here. Blake Wiggins. 0 for 3 on the night. Let's see if he can turn his luck around right now. Yeah, mine is all-star weekend out, Devin. That's the problem here.
At least you're still keeping with what's current.
Yeah, I know. Not falling too far behind.
Yeah. First pitch, Wiggins waiting patiently. As are we all, as that one misses.
Score 6-2. Coyotes lead here. Huge. Bottom half of the 6th inning. 3 across here. Extending that lead from 1 to 4 runs. 1-0 the count with 2 down.
Second pitch of the sequence. Check swing. Thought about it.
Wiggins definitely not in his normal groove tonight. Struggling at the plate a little bit. Can't be Christmas every day.
1-1. See if he can one swing of the bat and create that momentum back in his favor, though. Let's see if he can do it here. That's a good pitch.
Well, that pitch got neutralized.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Trent Dilfer on the NFL primetime say can't stop the perfect pass. Well, can't hit the perfect pitch.
And that pitch has hit the zone every time Williams has thrown it. Same spot, same location, and same effect. Strike with no swing against it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Coyotes.
Try to burn him with a heater on the outside.
Just try to get him to be over-aggressive there. Wiggins showing a great eye. Deuces are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
You squeeze it?
Not with 2 outs. No way. Not with this power.
Look how far back the third baseman
I never recommend him to bunt. That's one thing I never recommend.
That was low and in. Villa keeps it in front of him.
Now, Wiggins, if you were here the last few nights, Devin, the last thing you'd be thinking about with Wiggins is bunting.
Which might be a good strategy if that's the last thing you're thinking.
I don't know about all that, Devin.
If playing the show, I would have done that.
Yeah, it's a video game for a reason.
Well, full count pitch with 2 down. Popped up. Get over the net. It will.
Heads up to the
barely
crowd.
Over the net.
Off the Coyote dugout. Team trainer Steve Jacobucci looking around for the ball. Gets it back. Count is full here still. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on Wiggins. Doing a nice job at the plate. Playing protect when he has to and taking the bad pitches.
Johnson hanging out over at third. 86 feet away. Ground ball left side. Hard play. Ooh, trying to backhand. It was Romano. Not able to handle it. And just like that, the Coyotes add another run to their total via the bat of what was cold Blake Wiggins.
Mark that an E6 in your book at home if you are scoring. Tough backhanded play to make nonetheless. Official scorekeeper will mark that an error. Dylan Johnson comes in to score, and Wiggins is on the board with an RBI to his name once again, Devin.
Definitely see that back in the plus column.
Back in the groove, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
5-run lead. Coyotes lead 7-2 here. Huge 6th inning with 4 runs coming across. It's going to bring up Jordan Hand here. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Looking to get off the schneid is he.
In the same sense, though, you never ease up on the gas against these Rough Riders.
No, yes. You were here for the postseason last year, listening to us live. You know exactly what happened. And, Devin, your face turns even talking about it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a pleasant moment in my experience. And let's see if the Cavs can keep it rolling here and just pile it on as best as possible. First pitch of the sequence at hand. Nice pitch. Just below the zone, though.
Yeah, breaking ball misses just a bit low as we just reached 6:01 here on the West Coast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Coyote Sports Network on our YouTube channel. Appreciate all of our viewers and listeners.
Wiggins now with the best of leads over at first. The biggest, I should say. It's best for him, but don't worry about it. 2 balls, no strikes to count here. 2-hand. Don't really expect Wiggins to steal a bag. Doesn't have bad speed, but doesn't have great speed either. Westmoreland waiting on deck. The home run to his name this afternoon. Last evening. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Nice cut. Better pitch.
Without a doubt. Off speed's been was keeping the bats neutralized tonight until this bottom half of the 6th inning when they put that 4 spot up on the board and looking to add more here. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count with that run around first base.
Williams sets at the belly and delivers. There's a curveball that hits the inside, yeah.
No, I was about to say it was a good pitch to hit. He sat back all the way, took that one in.
Rough Rider bullpen has a little bit of activity going. Coyote bullpen is cold. And Williams trying to find that put-away pitch with 2-2 and 2 down. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Hand, second time in a row. And just like that, after a couple hits in favor of the Coyotes, Coyotes now lead 7-2 as we head to the 7th. All right, well, we saw him for a second last inning. Brock Efan swings at this one, misses for strike 1.
Coyotes, I'm sure, a lot more comfortable facing Mr. Efan as well with a 5-run lead as opposed to a 1-run lead with runners on the corners.
Yeah, that's very true. That would have been a lot different play if we only up by 1, but here we are now with a little bit of a lead.
Hey, just because you back up does not make it a ball. That pitch crossed the plate, and the umpire must have deemed it low, but man, that looked like a good slider to me that got over. Nonetheless, the count is even at a ball and a strike apiece.
Alec Hutt still on the hill for the Coyotes. His 1-1 pitch on the way.
Beautiful.
That's a nice pitch right there. 2-seamer?
Yes, right on the outside corner. If he hits it, nothing more than a ground ball.
Trying to find that put-away pitch once again.
A little bit of off-speed come here. Drew calling for this ball in the dirt.
Gets it right there. Strike 3 in a row. 3 times in a row. Efan has gone down via strikes.
Maybe that's why they had the aggressive base running last inning with Efan's strikeout rate at 100% tonight. Had to be aggressive, and he goes down once again. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 11, Jonathan Villa. 1 for 2 on the night with a single. Alec Hutt looking to get his confidence back out there after a little bit of a rough start to the season.
First pitch hits the zone. Strike 1. 8 strikeouts collected by the Coyote pitching staff together.
Yeah, rough night for the Rough Riders.
Like that one.
Yes, just kind of rolled off the tongue there.
0-1. 0-2.
Fastball. Rough Riders are behind on from Alec Hutt, coming in at 89 miles an hour with some great movement. Alec Hutt, call him our super sophomore, as we have.
Yeah.
He had been here about 4 years now, graduated 2012. A couple injuries set him back, but now he is here, and he's been great.
That one misses below the zone. That one got Efan last time.
Yep.
Did not get Villa here.
Starts out, first 2 strikes, and then a ball. Is he bringing some off-speed at some point, I would assume, if the fastball's working? Don't deviate.
1-2. Try a little slide piece at him.
And Drew Newsom really couldn't do much with that ball. Kind of let that ball take him. Looked like the signals were crossed up on where that curve ball was wanted and where it landed. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down and nobody on. Coyotes lead 7-2.
Fouled off.
Over the third base side into a little picnic area. Oh, hits off the
batting cage.
Batting cage over there.
2-2. Count remains. 1 down. And Weiler waiting on deck.
Hey, wait a minute. That should be a check.
That hit him? Did that hit him? Looking down? Nope, did not. He is given first. It looked like it caught him in the foot. And he is granted first base.
Alec showing a little bit of frustration out there right now. We don't want Hutt to show any frustration or start working fast. When he paces himself is when he's best. As the case with most pitchers and athletes. Stay on a consistent pace. If you get out of your zone, it's when you start making mistakes.
Villa's going to tag first and then head back to the dugout, throw on the gear. And that will allow for Guaranya to run for him once again over there at first. Now a double play opportunity has presented itself as Einweiler will step at the dish. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a double.
Quick move over
wow,
first
nice
base.
Play, yeah.
You saw Alec Hutt pick off a couple runners last year. Pretty good move for a right-hander.
I think it's more of like, I don't like the fact that you got over there, so I'm going to get you out.
Yeah.
First pitch of the sequence. Fouled off.
Way into the parking lot. Anybody parking up front? Rain check on the window.
I know, right?
Shop right behind us. Get a new window.
Yeah, tell CSN's finest over here they got to park a little far away.
No doubt. Better take out that insurance policy or have some money saved up in the vault.
That's a good call. 0-1 on the way. Hutt getting set. Newsom dead red. Gets it right where he wanted it for strike 2.
I mean, I don't know what pitch you're waiting for there either. If you're doing Enweiler up there, so it's maybe the best pitch of the at-bat you're going to see left up in the zone. Gives you a chance to drive that ball. It cannot. Count quickly 0-2 here. Coyote infield and double play depth. Definitely looking to turn 2, but Hutt
over to first. Little high, but thankfully a very tall
Alec Hutt.
Westmoreland over there. Keep that one in front of him.
But you're saying Alec Hutt. He's a pretty tall fellow as well. Opposing figure on that mound.
Swing and a miss on that off speed. Gets him swinging that air.
Slide piece.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He's going to have now Nico Delgado coming to the plate here. The runner on first base. And Nico Delgado's had trouble with the off speed tonight once already, striking out on a 12-6 curveball and grounded out to the shortstop to end the 5th inning.
Newsom getting the sign from his dugout. Will deliver it to Hutt. Hutt agrees. First pitch of the sequence on the way. Slide piece once again. Yeah. Just misses.
Just misses below the knees there. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down in the inning. Alec Hutt needs to focus on nothing but that runner at the plate right now. Or, excuse me, hitter at the plate right now is
potential runner.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Shuts me up. That's a rare thing as well.
1-0. The count remains. Delgado waiting patiently. Newsom will set low and away. That's exactly where he gets it. Does not get him to go around, though.
No. Count now goes to 2 balls and no strikes here.
Hutt's going to bring him out.
Yes, calling Drew Newsom out to the mound. Putting a glove over his mouth. There's a little story behind that, Devin. Greg Maddux actually had to learn that the hard way in the 1989 National League Championship Series. San Francisco Giants actually had somebody read his lips, and Will Clark hit a grand slam. Knew the first pitch that was coming, and that was the end of the series.
Wow.
Cubs lose again. 2 balls, no strike to count. Pitch off the ankle. Ow, you heard that from up here. That did not feel good.
Ooh, wow. He's shake that one off.
I thought that went off his mask. That went off his ankle. Was so loud. I thought that went off Drew Newsom's mask. It actually went off his ankle. That was a loud shot that went off the bone there, it sounds like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to take a breather there. That's a stinger.
It's straight down. I mean, the first thing it hits after hitting the bat is your bone.
Yeah.
Anywhere. It's just,
Yeah, he's trying to walk it off right now.
Nobody's going to rush him, that's for sure.
Honestly, I think right here, too, the best thing for Alec Hutt, a little bit of a break as team trainers for the College of Southern Nevada, Steve Jacobucci, coming to the hill.
Yeah, they're going to come walk on over and talk to him. He's still favoring it. Might be the knee, if anything. That's where he's bending it mostly at.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, it definitely was not good.
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, neither can I.
Either way, he definitely caught it on the inside of the left leg somewhere. And gonna take him a second before he can grab the bat again. Hutt staying a little loose, playing a little soft toss with Wiggins.
Little side note here, Devin. I was reading a little sports update.
What you got there, buddy?
Fan in Nashville Predator Florida Panther hockey game struck by an errant puck. We've been talking about it in the lot of sports I need to have protective netting.
Yeah.
I don't understand the NHL's MO.
Especially NHL.
And baseball, too, though. You need to have netting around the whole field, and hockey needs to get on board with that, too. Too many fans getting hurt at these games. They just go to their family and try to have a good time with. They're not supposed to have it to be focused on an errant puck or errant baseball. You see Japanese baseball, they have netting all around the ballpark. It's very safe. The fans can enjoy the game. I mean, yes, you want to pay attention to the game, but sometimes you're on a date with somebody to the game. You're taking you're not going to be focused on the game the whole time. You're going to be talking to that person next to you, and
especially with some slow time as you just got
right
here.
Exactly.
It's easy to get distracted.
Absolutely. Back to action here.
2-1 on the way. Hits the top of the zone for a strike, too. Yeah.
Beautiful frame job by Drew Newsom.
Helping out his buddy Hutt on the hill, and now a 2-2 and 2 down. Hutt will search for that put-away pitch. Going over to first instead. Close play. Westmoreland laying down an excellent tag as well.
Good first baseman Westmoreland is.
Yes, indeed. 6'3" frame. It's a big gap you can throw it into over there, and he'll get it. 2-2 gets fouled off.
Deuces remain wild, Devin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Alicut working his tail off out there to get this third out. A lot of frustrations come his way at the end of last season and beginning of this season. Looking to have a solid inning here and get his feet back underneath him.
He's done an excellent job so far. Making Delgado work for it. Going towards first again. Not in time. Bang, bang. Keeping Guarania on his toes.
Gotta watch that runner. I don't really think he's going to run, Devin, but you never know.
And the 2-2. There he goes. Check swing. Did he go? Appeal down to first. He did not go. Oh. Count is full.
Alicut needs a break to go his way.
Yes.
Something needs to go his way.
Guarania with a stolen base. He is running for Villa, who was hit by a pitch. Full count. Hutt looking for that put-away pitch. Expect the heater on the outside. That's what I'm thinking.
Thinking inside.
Popped up instead. Heater on the inside.
Yes. Alicut looking just to get out of this inning, as we mentioned earlier. Cody Milner headed out to give the umpire new baseball. It looks like a new baseball, not a fresh set. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Runner in scoring position at second base.
Put-away pitch would be huge for Hutt. Gets it right there. Strike 3. Yes. Hutt gets out of that inning without allowing a single runner from the Rough Riders. They will hang on to this 7-2 lead as we head to the 7th inning stretch.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Coyotes up here. We have 5, 6, and 7 due up this inning. Westmoreland, Martz, and Newsom. Bottom half, the 7th just getting underway. We just got done stretching here at the ballpark. Coyotes hanging on to a large 7-2 lead. Devin, welcome back. Quick bathroom break. I started it off. Very first pitch to Westmoreland. Ground ball. Is it fair? Is it foul? It is a foul ball.
That was close.
Yes.
It was very, very close. It just went right over the bag.
Get a chance to catch your breath here, Dev. I got this one batter. I can cover you. Okay. 0-1 the count is. Nobody on, nobody down here, as we said, just kicking off the bottom half of the 7th inning. Beautiful crowd we have here tonight on a gorgeous night for baseball. Couldn't ask for much more in February. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball, hit 2. Looks like the third baseman, Enweiler, going to fire at the first. Pulls his man off the bag and drops it as they make a collision right down the first base line. And he is safe at first. Devin, welcome back.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm still waiting for athletic department to get a little urinal up here in the booth. That'd be very nice.
Yes,
one day that will happen.
Yes, some very vivid details with the audience here as we're going to bring up the shortstop.
I'm just assuming our sponsors are listening and they're going to be like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's help them out.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the Vault can donate something, you know? J Mark's coming up 1 for 3 on the night with a single and a run scored himself. Runner on first base for the Coyotes.
Last one was marked an error, I'm assuming, right? Looks like it.
Yeah.
First pitch.
Exactly.
Hits the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, 3 errors on the night for the Rough Riders. Definitely been rough going here.
True.
Definitely looking at turn 2. Here's Rough Rider infield and double play depth. Middle infielders playing close to the second base bag.
Here's the 0-1. Above the zone.
I don't think you have to worry about Westmoreland taking off. Not really known for his speed.
If anything, it's still Weems on the hill.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't gone to the dugout
That's
after him.
Faith, to say the least, in Avery Weems.
Hey, you know what? He's given up, what? I don't know.
4 or 5 runs tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And the 1-1. Outside. Way outside.
May want to think about not giving up on him, especially the way he's coming out looking this inning here.
Yeah, he gave up a home run, then a walk, single RBI, and then did an error brought her on the last run. That's how Coyotes ended up 7-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Weems is 2-1.
Beautiful breaking ball, just missing, I guess, inside. Definitely didn't miss high or low there. It looked like it was right at the belt line, but just a bit too inside. Count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike.
You got Drew Newsom on deck. I'd rather have 1 on base than 2 if I was a Rough Rider.
Wait a minute, that was the same pitch called a strike. The exact same pitch that was just called a ball was called a strike.
Yes, I could not agree more.
Yeah, going to make him earn the bag at least. Counts now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner on first.
Nobody down. Williams trying to get a double play or just get this strikeout. Full count pitch. Ground ball left side over to Romano. Romano to go a little over in time. Not in time to Johns. So 1 will remain on for Drew Newsom.
Fielder's choice in your book there. Westmoreland will be out 6-4 on the force at second base. Going to bring up the man of the night, Drew Newsom. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs to his name. See if at a lucky number 3 right now.
If there was a bat that could literally be on fire, it could be his.
And the old school Slugfest video games, if Newsom was a character on there, definitely would be on fire, Devin.
Opportunity for, a 2-run homer rather than his 2 solo shots. That one misses out.
Outside corner that was being given earlier. Not now.
Exactly.
Umpire changing to the zone as we go along. 1-0 the count, 1 down, runner on first base in Martz.
Waiting patiently over there. That one misses above the zone.
Got him maybe trying to pitch around him here, Devin?
Oh, I would definitely would. That baseball bat turned into a tennis racket twice. Making contact with anything. 2-0. Weems playing careful. There's that pitch, though. That same pitch.
Yes, off speed. Catches the inner half there for strike 1. As crowd now starting to bundle up a little bit with the blankets. Temperature starting to drop here as we get towards the 6:30 mark tonight. 6:22 on the Best Coast.
Also known as the West Coast.
Thank you, Devin.
2-1. Swing and a miss is a big hack from Newsom.
Ball's in the dirt. Drew looking to take that one into orbit.
Thought he had a 3-iron in his hand.
your golf and tennis references. They're on point like a tack.
Reaching out to broad audiences here on YouTube.
Yes, without a doubt. That's why we have YouTube, a bigger audience. So use what you got.
Ground ball left side going foul.
Quake got on top of that baseball. Newsom really taking some hard hacks up there. Might come out of his shoes.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Then you have to have them taping them up like you do with football players.
Yeah. There you go, another sport reference. You're covering every sport there is.
If I can squeeze in highlight, I'd be really impressed.
That was the sport I was about to say.
And the 2-2. Hits right down the middle for strike 3. Got him looking at that one.
You know what? Every at bat, if he takes a walk, hits 2 home runs, and takes a standing third, I'll take that every time around. That's all okay. Right. So we're going to have Tyler Long coming through the dish here now. 3 walks in a row tonight in his first 3 plate appearances. See if he can hit the cycle via the walk.
That'd be all right. We'll see. I'm going to hope because I don't think I've ever seen that before.
4 walks.
4 walks.
Yeah, we saw 6 singles in a row.
6 singles.
Last year.
The Tyler Brown. I'm pretty positive I'll never see that again.
6 singles in a row. The odds of that happening. Might as well go play the Powerball, Devin.
Yeah, straight up.
First pitch. Highlight gambling. First pitch. Yeah, covering another.
Yeah, there you go.
Front there. Now covering the whole frontier, man. First pitch swung on and missed that. Counts now 0-1. With Martz on first base.
So, at least Long is trying to earn his way on. Swinging at him. Via calling forward in. Nope, calling forward out. Gets it high and out.
Via looked like he was kind of crossed up by his pitcher that didn't know what he wanted last moment. They decided on something, gave it a go. Counts now even at 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs.
Jared Perns waiting on Dick as well. 1 for 3 on the day for him. If he can get on. The 1-1 going over to first. Very, very gentle slide back into first.
This game has probably went as long as the first 3 ball games of this series.
Yeah.
Almost we started at what, 3?
That's 3:45.
3:45 almost.
Yeah, here we are, almost 3 hours later. In the 7th. Via calling for a way in. Over to first. Ooh, tag on the helmet.
Heads up, that was called a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to count with 2 down. Actually, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check that. Umpire just gave the signal to the Yavapai dugout.
Yep, all right.
1-2 the count with 2 down.
Ground ball left side to Romano. Eats it up a little bit, gets it across the diamond in time for out number 3.
That's 6-3.
And just like that, Coyotes only leave 1 on as we head to the top. Top half of the 8th. Turtle Kahualua, second baseman, now at the dish for his 3rd attempt. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Ground ball left side. That's going to be a tough one through the hole. On the left side. March trying to lay out for it. No avail. And lead off single.
If you're going to start a rally, Devin, get your 9 guy on base to start out the inning and then have 1, 2, 3 follow him up. Being down by 5 runs in the Top half of the 8th inning. They have to get something going here very quick with only 6 outs to work with. Just going to bring up, let's see. Is that a new hitter?
No, you got it. Still
Same
2.
guy, okay. Number 2, the center fielder, Nate Easley. 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. So each time he's got on base, he's come around. Definitely efficient, Devin.
Pick up attempt. Not in time. But definitely keeping Kahualua stuck at first.
Mm-hmm. Making him watch out, making sure Alec Hutt doesn't fall asleep on the mound.
Making sure I pronounce his name right.
Yeah, lots of syllables for you there, Devin.
First pitch. Looking to lay down that bunt.
Yeah. Been tongue-tied all night, but got the names right. That's A-okay.
Now some activity for the Rough Riders in their bullpen. So maybe Williams has had his day. Still all Hutt at the moment. 0-1. 1 on. Nobody down.
Westmoreland holding runner on first very tight.
Hutt's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Right 2.
Count now goes to
0-2.
0-2 here.
See if Newsom and Hutt got a little put-away pitch here.
Try to get him on 3 pitches. Give Alec Hutt some relief.
Newsom calling for low and away.
Got
exactly where he gets it for strike 3. There you go, Hutt.
Beautiful breaking ball by Alec Hutt. He's going to have now Christian Maggi coming to the dish. 0 for 1 on the night with 2 walks to his name and was picked off at first base earlier on in the ballgame. Devin, how many strikeouts are there tonight?
That'd be 11, sir.
Wow, Yavapai Rough Riders, either all or nothing, contact or strikeout, seems like.
Yeah, half of our outs have come via the strikeout so far.
Do math, my friend. Very impressed.
Took a second, but I got it. Runner goes. Newsom not going to throw it out.
Hey, wait a minute.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. A little iffy. If you were to let it go, there's a good chance that Maggi would award that in the chin.
Just fall right into the batter.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's why I'm up here, and he's down there.
Well, just like that, double out play opportunity is gone as Kahualua takes over to second base.
Nothing is given with these Rough Riders either. Remember from the postseason last year, Coyotes had a little lead and let that go. Can't let that happen again tonight.
Now it misses in.
2 balls and no strikes now. Nobody up in the Coyote bullpen. Going to keep Alec Hutt out there and make him work. Get him some innings here before we go into that 2-week break. I'm sure we'll see him at least one more before the entire baseball weekend is done with it. 7 games in 8 days.
Hutt's 2-0. Taking off towards second instead. Stepping off that way.
Yeah, just keeping him honest at second base. Don't want to have a huge lead over there at second base. So in case there is a base hit through any part of the infield, do not want him scoring too easily.
Maggi waiting patiently at home, or at the plate. There's one that catches the inner half.
Nice pitch for strike 1 there. 2-seam fastball in the inner half to the left-handed bat. Well, Devin, a little update on NBA All-Star festivities. Must have been a fun skills competition to watch with the 3-point contest coming down to Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Thompson winning.
What would you expect on that? Yeah. And the 2-1. Fouled off in the net.
What a team that is to watch this year. And my goodness, it's one of the best basketball teams I've ever seen, going back to the early 2000s Lakers, late 90s Bulls, and they're as good as any of them. You know, people say they couldn't hang with the Bulls, they couldn't compete with the Lakers. I very much disagree. Very much disagree, because they have the athleticism to make anybody spread any floor out. They can compete with any team that's ever played a game.
Hutt's 2-2. Just misses in.
Count's now full of 3 balls and 2 strikes, and
they got to do something where like 2K runs a simulator against the 94 Bulls.
Oh yeah,
like 1,000 times.
96.
96. Excuse me.
Don't ever slip on my team, my friend.
Just, let them let it play it through like 1,000 times.
The only problem is the coach for the Warriors is going to be playing on the Bulls. Kind of have the inside track, you know. Either way,
President Obama made that joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm always saying when people try to compare both teams. It's impossible.
Now misses high and in, ball 4, and The bat flip once again from Maggi.
Alicut looking a little bit frustrated out there on the mound as well. He's going to bring up Gavin Johns. He has a couple RBIs to his name. Reached on a fielder's choice on his last plate appearance and a sacrifice fly in his second.
Maggi, he is technically 0 for 1 on the day with 3 walks and a ground out. Similar to
picked
our
off
Tyler Long.
Yeah.
3 walks and a ground out.
Yeah, picked off at first base as well, back in the 4th inning.
And 2 double play opportunities.
Yeah.
You can go either way.
3rd, 2nd, or 1st.
Slide piece misses inside.
Too low in the zone. Alicut kind of throwing his glove up in the air, saying, "What's going on here?"
It's all him, though.
Yeah.
Nobody in the Coyote bullpen.
You got a 5-run lead here. You have to make these pitches. You cannot let these batters get away from you here with such a big lead. You give them confidence, they're going to start getting back in this game real quick. One swing of the bat here brings this game scarily close.
Oh, wow. High heat.
Yeah, somebody needs to go talk to Alicut right now out of that Coyote dugout, and I believe we're going to get it.
That's a good call.
Pitching coach Brian Gidge is going to make his way out there. Alicut needs to settle down. His body language can't hide very well. He's either all there or he's super frustrated, and right now he is super frustrated as he's just missing all over the zone. From low and away to high and inside. He's very erratic, and still nobody warm in the Coyotes bullpen.
No, not even.
No, pitching coach Brian Gidge leaves real quick. Must have said a couple words to him. Don't utter them on the air, but the bottom line is get your head back in the game.
Get it going.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. 2-0. Just got to find the zone here against Gavin Johns, who's over 3 on the day.
Watching that runner on second base as well while he holds that ball. Doesn't want anybody to sneak up on him. Last time, Gavin Johns. See what he can do here and now with runners on second and first base, only 1 down. Yavapai looking to get back into this ball game.
Lost a double steal as well. Just misses outside.
2-seam fastball gets away from him. Not enough break back toward the inside of the zone. Count now goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Alicut kind of collapsing here right in front of our eyes.
Every non-strike throw gives a little more momentum for the Rough Riders.
Absolutely.
That's why you hit him with the heat right there. A little 2-seamer right down the pipe.
Yeah. Alicut needs to erase those demons that this Yavapai team put upon him and get out of this inning.
3-1 count now with 1 down. Something relatively friendly should be coming the way of Johns. Let's see what Hutt decides. Steps off the rubber, steps back on.
Break. He's a little bit anxious on the mound, no doubt.
Sets. And delivers. Taken into left field. That's an excellent shot, but catching it will be Hand for out number 2.
Long pop fly there. Nothing more than that. Mark that a F7 in your book at home. Nice way for Alicut to battle back after being down 3-0 in the count.
Exactly.
Gets a strike over, then a fly out. Now there's 2 down here for Ramsey Romano, who is 2 for 3 on the night with 2 singles to his name.
John stops and gives a Romano a little ear whisper.
Yes, maybe he noticed something Alicut brought that he can pass on to the man that's coming up in Romano.
Ground ball gets you out of this inning. You could try to get him with
starting behind in the count is one of the real problems Alicut is having here.
And it just makes you throw more pitches.
Exactly. To at least throw 2 now to get ahead. Be aggressive here on the 1-0 if I'm Yavapai, knowing he's going to be under pressure to throw something over.
Swinging a miss on that inside.
He was thinking like I was.
Yep.
Hutt missed pretty bad, but he winds up swinging and missing through the fastball. Counts now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You got Ben Cutting warming up now and starting playing a little soft toss in the Coyote bullpen.
Terrific young lefty the Coyotes have in that bullpen.
The 1-1. Runners go. It popped up. Shallow right field.
Somebody.
Camping under will be Johnson, the second baseman, for out number 3. So with that, Hutt does get in a little bit of a jam. Works his way out. Retains the 5-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Jarrett Burns will lead us off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 9-1-2 due up against the new new pitcher, number 17, Andrew Gross. Gross on the hill, walking around 6'4", 180. Chandler High School in Chandler, Arizona.
All right, Chandler Gilbert, a community college we used to play quite often here.
That one hits the zone for strike one.
I haven't seen Chandler Gilbert community in a while here, in these confines at least. Used to play them once a year. Back in the day. Hasn't happened in about 3 years now.
Yeah. 0-1. Villa calling for a low and away. Gets it.
Ooh.
Fouled off.
Off the top of the Whitaker Clubhouse. Whitaker Foundation sponsor still under the Coyote scoreboard as well.
Now being joined by Finley Toyota and Bank of America on their own signs.
More sponsors means good things for the program. Keep them coming, everybody.
The 0-2. Ground ball left side. Romano gets it. Over to Johns. In time. Oh, no. Johns drops it.
Wow. Again, that's the second ball of the night for Johns. They have to work on that glove over there.
And if anything, credit to Burns for turning right on that one. Otherwise, he could have got tagged out.
Yeah, no joke. Staying outside of the line. So going inside. You've seen that mistake made in the major leagues where a guy turns to the left or steps left instead of right, and the first baseman's chasing him down like a chicken.
Yeah, it's like, oh, perfect. I made a mistake, but now you're out.
DJ back up here. 5th plate appearance of the night. 2 for 2, 2 singles and an RBI and a run scored as well. Having a good night. See if we can capitalize here with man on first and nobody out.
Swing and a miss of that one.
Bunt him over and get him in scoring position to get the Coyotes that 6-run lead. I'd like to see that. Just add on another run against these Rough Riders.
Yeah, exactly. You can never have too big of a lead.
Especially against these guys. They're in it till the very last pitch of the ballgame.
0-1. Misses out. Villa throws down to first once again from his knees. Doesn't look like a challenge. Like that's just what he does.
Yeah. As I say, channeling his inner Yadier Molina, firing, snap throwing from the knees to first base.
And accurate to his credit as well. 1-1 is the count. 1 on. Nobody down. Latham on deck. Villa calling forward in. Gets it high and out.
And Villa really keeping a close eye on Perns at first base.
Perns hasn't taken a bag this evening. Might want to, though. 2-1.
And it takes a nice little lead off first base, too. As you have Gross stepping off the mound, now stepping back on. Just looking in, looks over to first.
And the 2-1. Fouled off.
Got to send him there. You know, the pitcher's not really keeping a close eye on you, barely looks over at you when he's coming set. At some point, I understand you're up 5. I think especially when you're up by this many, you want to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, let them know you're not easing up.
Runs
you don't want to give any sort of comfort to them.
Runs do come at a premium, though. So Coyotes savoring every runner as keeps him honest at first base.
Yeah, a little soft toss back over there.
Maybe thinking he might go.
I'm sure Johns is a little frustrated to have Perns there as well. Had him on the out, dropped the ball. He's going to hang out, keep him company.
Huge lead at first base now, even bigger than last time. You got to go here, 2-2.
Thinking about it.
Got to go.
Yeah, he's not going. Popped up. Shallow center field coming in on it will be easily. Still chasing on it. And it hit off the glove.
I don't think he's going to make it.
There goes that. And out at second is Perns.
Wow.
Well,
force out nonetheless. Is going to be an error. And then what was that? 9-6 force out, I believe. Coming right field. 8-6.
Yeah. All right. Well,
mark that at E.
Yeah, that's another error in the books for the Rough Riders. That's 4th.
More errors and runs tonight. Never a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good call.
4 errors, 2 runs for the Rough Riders on 7 hits. Latham at the plate for the Coyotes. Coyotes have 7 runs on 8 hits and 1 error.
First pitch at Latham. Popped up, shallow left field now.
Another tough one.
Might be just fun to attack. No, it stays fair. And catching it, kind of his back foot was Romano, the shortstop, for out number 2.
Mark that at F6 in your book at home. Shortstop having to range all the way over to the third base side to get to that ball. We're going to bring up number 23, Blake Wiggins here. Righty-righty matchup now. Wiggins has an RBI to his name tonight. Reached last time on an E6. Nonetheless, getting his name in the box score once again. Coyotes lead by 7-2, looking to add a little bit more onto their lead before going to the top of the ninth.
They don't want to leave him on here. First pitch from Gross on the way. Outside. Sidearm action.
Yeah, kind of like a Chad Bradford kind of style up there, if you remember him from the Oakland A's.
Very fitting in these jerseys.
Yes, I know. Kind of take after that same sort of look out there.
Setting is Gross. Villa sets out. Gets it right where he wanted it, but doesn't hit the zone. Ball 2.
Coyotes showing great plate discipline tonight. Just really seeing the ball well and throughout this whole weekend.
Johnson hanging out on first base. Gross is keeping an eye on him, though. Gross is 2-0.
Good pitch to hit here for Wiggins.
Fouls it off instead.
Get out of play as it will. Just avoiding the light tower by the Coyotes dugout.
Just avoiding some push-ups, huh?
Yes, sir. Remember that a couple seasons ago, every time a ball hit off a light pole, I did a push-up. Or push-ups, actually. 10 of them to be exact. No, it was 20. That was the deal we made.
Yeah.
Originally it was 20, then I weaseled down to 10.
It's good negotiating.
It was, man. You know, pulling my inner Donald out of my left pocket, man. Working a deal.
2-1 now. Just missed it outside corner. Wow.
Peas is the umpire, Devin.
Yeah, Villa really trying to help him out. Just umpire not having it.
Close call. Coyotes will take it.
Wiggins still waiting for his pitch. 3-1. Something friendly should be coming his way here. With 2 down and 1 on. There it is, taken into center field. It's a good shot. Easily still going back on it. Catching it.
Wow.
Yeah, about 5-10 feet away from the warning track for out number 3.
Mark that a F8 in your book. Coyotes get 1 man on, but leave him stranded. Going to the top of the ninth. Coyotes lead 7-2. Looking to close out here. Everybody stay tuned for more Coyotes baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network.
Here's a bat that could easily change the momentum for his Rough Riders, although it's been pretty cold this evening so far. And the past has been hot tonight, at least during this game. Not cold, not hot at all.
Easy for you to say, Devin.
I know, right? I'm thrown off by the fact that Brock Efan has 3 strikeouts so far, and then a strike called against him right now.
Yes, 0 for 3 on the night with 3 strikeouts. Coyotes looking to close this one out. Allicutt still on the hill.
This is inside. Efan standing more towards the back of the box.
Allicutt never making it easy, but
that outside corner is all his with how far Efan is back.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that, Devin. He's almost standing outside the batter's box.
He goes inside on him instead.
Yeah. Jam shot is a barrel shot for him. Barreling up the ball is a pitch coming in on the wrist, Devin.
What do you call 4 strikeouts in a row? The not cycle? I don't know. 1-2 on the way. Ooh, ground ball. No strikeout this time. Going to get it across the diamonds. Will be Wiggins. Tough play, but excellent reach out there by Westmoreland.
What a play by Blake Wiggins. Had to check that name just to make sure I didn't say Andrew again. Deep in the hole at third base. Wow, what a throw. And just a 180, man. You kissed the guns, Mr. Wiggins down there. Just an absolute rifle coming from that left side.
Bring up number 11, Jonathan Villa, catcher, obviously, for the Rough Riders.
You say it's obvious, no, but not everybody knows. They might just be tuning in.
That's very true. And if you are, well, you're a little behind. Nice pitch from Hutt, collecting the first strike of the sequence. Villa's 0 for 2 or 1 for 2 on the day with a single strikeout, and he wore one last time he was up. A 1 on the way. Same pitch, swinging it air.
He was looked like he was trying to tap that ball and not even hit it.
Hey, sometimes you just try to make contact, you know.
Yeah, I understand. It's not cricket, though, you know. Fun game. Hey, covering another sport.
Yeah, look at us.
Just well-versed, man, well-versed.
0-2. Misses the glove as well.
Yeah,
squeezed that one.
Yeah. That ball's caught. Good chance on strike 3 being called, but nonetheless, count now goes 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Timmy Birchloff going to get that one. 1-2 with 1 down. Trying to get that outside corner. Not this time.
Saw the lights flicker in here. I don't know if you remember a couple of seasons ago when the power used to go out in here out of nowhere.
They're plugging in like a microwave downstairs, something like that. Every time, or someone charging their cell phone.
Yeah, the whole power would go out in the booth.
2-2 on the way. Ground ball, right side, hard shot for Johnson. Gets it to Westmoreland for out number 2.
Yeah, boy. Talk about let's see how far we've come.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Andrew Ferrer got here. No more power going out underneath us.
Yeah, I like that.
Drew, terrific SID.
He's not paying attention. He's
not even paying attention. We're giving him all the kudos in the world.
He's picking his nose.
Just getting some double bubble. Give him some kudos on the air. Ever since he came here, really turned it around. Don't have any more kind of circus acts going on here, but really good and just it's a good program. It is. It really turned around.
And Weiler sees his first strike go against them with 2 down here in the top half of the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Hutt going for he'd get the win, right?
Yeah. Get that? No, he came in. He came in the 6th inning. He's been pitching quite a while, but no, don't think so.
Oh, popped up over our heads.
Heads up, fans.
Oh, there goes the window shot.
Yeah. Window. Dan Sison will get the win. His father's here in attendance tonight.
Yeah,
Can be more proud of his son.
All right. 0-2 is the count. Hutt searching for that put-away pitch right here. Weiler struck out the last time he was up.
It's over.
And to drop third strike. Completing it will be Newson for out number 3. And just like that, Allen Hutt closes this one out. And your CSN Coyotes will defeat the Yavapai College Rough Riders 7-2.
Let's say something here. Because what CSN did tonight was make a good team look pretty bad, okay? Let's just face it. If you guys are watching the game, Yavapai did not play their best game tonight. I have a feeling that we're going to see this team again in the postseason. The Coyotes, 7 runs, 8 hits, only 1 error. Rough Riders, 2 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors. They really fought and tried to stay in the game until about the 8th inning. 6th inning is when the Coyotes really took control, but the Yavapai Rough Riders were fighting all the way up till about the 8th inning. Then the bats really gave out for the Rough Riders, but they'll be back again. You know they're going to be in contention all season long in a great league they play in Arizona. And quite frankly, I'm going to be out here to watch them again because they have a great team, and our Coyotes looking great, absolutely great. That's 6 wins in a row now for our Coyotes, 2 games above the 500 mark.
Against a 6th-ranked team, nonetheless.
Yeah.
We are ranked 8. We'll see how that changes.
Yeah, we've won every game this weekend and knocked off a top 10 team, so we are going to head out, and we will be back here at 12:30 sharp tomorrow. Nice little afternoon till. Ball should carry nice tomorrow. Nice warm afternoon. I can't wait to see Devin Verissimo out here along with all you fans for this Coyotes broadcast. I'm Carmen Colosimo.
I'm Devin Verissimo, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.